good evening, and welcome to BB&T Point. I am Kevin McMahon, and I'm joined by John Furr. He will be with us all game today. It's the High Point Rockers and the Lancaster Barnstormers. Can you believe it? We are already almost at the end of the first half. Just 7 games left before we are at the All-Star break and the All-Star game out there in York, Pennsylvania. 7 games until we learn the fate of the Liberty Division and the Freedom Division here in the first half. And boy, how those have changed. First, let's let you know what's going on tonight between your Rockers and the Barnstormers. On the mound tonight for the Barnstormers will be Buddy Bauman. For the Rockers, it'll be Joe Van Meter. Before we go any further, John and I are going to talk about the standings and the overall picture of the Atlantic League and what that means in the last week. But before we do that, let's go ahead to the interview that we did before the game with Quincey Lattimore. That's right, King Q is back in the building, and he is a Rocker once again. He's excited, and he has some great stories and things to share with you. So let's go to that, and then we will come back and get you started, get you ready for this game tonight between the Barnstormers and the Rockers. But first, royalty in the building. Let's go to King Q. Hey, Rockers fans, Kevin McMahon here, and we're joined by Quincey Lattimore. Quincy, first of all, welcome back.
Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back. Feels like home. So it wasn't too bad coming back. You know, sometimes you go back to a team and you don't know how it's going to be, but I was welcomed and it was just like coming back home. So I'm glad to be back.
Back like you never left.
Absolutely. Yep.
So let's go ahead and start with so you went down to Mexico for a little bit to play in Cancun professionally, and you come back, and the Rockers now, you went on the road with them, and not only are you helping them win games, but you picked up something personally, a little, what's the word I'm looking for here? But highlight, personal milestone. Thank you. Your home run, your 200th home run. How great was that to pick that up?
Oh, man, it was great. And it was really great to do it with these guys. You know, if I'd have got it down there, I mean, it would have been special to me, but it probably wouldn't have been as special to, to some of the other guys. I mean, I played with some of these guys in my minor league career and played against some of them. So, they know how the grind is. We've been through it together. So, they enjoyed it just as much as I did. And Sam Runyon actually told me at the beginning of the year, I'm going to get that home run. And he was actually back there to get it when I hit it. So it's pretty special.
So when you look at where the Rockers are now as opposed to when you left, we talk about how long the season is, and so it's hard to do anything else but besides looking at it game by game. But now we're almost at the end of the first half. You come back, and the Rockers and you are in a perfect position here to really try to get that playoff spot early and be first half champs. In the last week of the season, obviously you can't worry about what other people are doing. You can't be scoreboard watching, I'm sure. But you're in that spot. What's the feeling like right now?
It's a good situation to be in. Our fate is kind of, we kind of control our own fate. All we can do is go out and win the games we need to win, and, hopefully everything else will work out the way it needs to. But ending with Somerset is good. They're in front of us. But if we take care of business this series, you never know how things can shake up. And, we could finish this series and be on top. You just don't know. But we just got to take a game at a time and go out to win every game.
Personally for you, coming back, how's it been for you as a player in the field and offensive? How do you feel like you've been playing coming back? Do you feel like a little bit more of a pep in yourself since you've been back, or just business as usual?
I mean, it's the same thing, man. It made me feel good to come back, and, Jamie believed in me and put me right back in the fourth spot, to put in, to drive in runners. And so that was a breath of fresh air to know, hey, man, this man believes in me. Even though I've been gone and the team has been playing well, he still believes in me to put me in that spot. And, that's great for your confidence as a player that the manager believes in you that much. So, I feel like I've just been doing what I need to do. Guys have been on. I've been driving them in when they're in scoring position, and we've been doing that as a team. We hit the ball really good in Sugar Land, and it was good to see just that offense click the way we know it can. So we can do some big damage these next 7 games. I think.
Yeah, 7 games.
Next 7 games. We got a chance to do some good damage, and we hit pretty well at home as well. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, the fate is in our hand, and I think we're going to be all right.
Last question for you. This is your first time being back at BB&T Point since you left. Are you a little extra excited to be back in front of the home crowd tonight?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely excited to be back. My family's going to be able to come up 2, 3, 4 nights this series. They're just trying to pick out what nights they're going to come. So they haven't seen me play in a while, since I left. So I'm definitely excited to be back and have the home fans and have my family here backing me as well.
Well, we're really glad to have you back, and we appreciate you stopping by.
No problem, man. Glad to be back.
And now, Rockers fans, the starting lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen,
High Point Rockers.
King Q, Quincey Lattimore. How great is he? So great to talk to him. And, it's his first night back, so we'll look for the reaction and everything else and how he plays tonight in his first night back in a Rocker uniform at home in High Point. He was with them for the whole road trip, but his first time back in the uniform at home. Okay, enough of me. Let's bring in my partner here, John Furr. John, first of all, before we go any further, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to be back. Good to be in BB&T Point. It was a long road trip, so glad baseball is finally back in High Point.
A little backstory on John. He's one of the interns here with the Rockers, and he was here all week keeping an eye on him, writing some recaps and keeping everything under control here at the stadium. And so you're a great guy to talk to because you've kept an eye on the team and the Atlantic League all year long. Boy, how things have changed in one road trip. Let's take a look at the standings as a whole, especially because High Point is in the Liberty Division and the Barnstormers are in the Freedom Division, so it's a great opportunity to talk about both. The Sugarland Skeeters, who the Rockers just played and won 4 out of 6 on the road in Texas against them, which is quite the accomplishment. Were by far the hottest team in the league. They had the best record in the league. All of a sudden, they have fallen on a little bit of a losing streak in their last couple, in this stretch of games. They've won their last 2 against the Rockers, but they were in a losing streak, and they had the best record in the league for a long time, the most wins. All of a sudden, stopped at 33. The York Revolution are only 3 games behind now. Boy, how that division has flipped upside down and really changed. All of a sudden, York might be able to win this thing.
Yeah, baseball is a wild game. It's a game of momentum. You think you're hot, you're up 10 games or so, you take the foot off the gas, and then, wow, yeah, York's 2 games back. So, this is the best part of the season right here, right at the All-Star break. And, in both divisions are just close. 1 game, 2 games, 3.5 games back. This is some good baseball in the Atlantic League right now.
Let's flip over to the Liberty Division. That's where your Rockers are. Quincey Lattimore, we should really bring him on as our third analyst. He did a great job setting the scene for you in that interview. Everything he said was perfect. High Point is 2 games out of first. There are 7 games left. For folks new to the Atlantic League, because Rockers are a first-year team, if you win the first half, you clinch a playoff spot. In July, a first-year team could clinch a playoff spot. And we have Quincey on the Off the Rocker podcast this week as well, and he talked about, obviously no matter what happens in the first half, second half, you're going to come out and play great and play to win and play fun. But knowing you have that playoff spot in the bag, it takes a lot of the pressure off when you play carefree baseball.
It's huge.
Not carefree, but you know what I mean, pressure-free baseball. Right. But that would be such a statement and such a moment for this team and for this city if they're able to make that happen.
Right, and I liked what Quincey said. You got to control your fate at this point. You're playing against Lancaster, and we're 5-1 against them on the year, so we should be able to win this series. And then if you can get 6 games out of these 7 games, that's easily in first place probably. Don't worry about Long Island or Somerset. Play baseball, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
When we talk about controlling your own destiny and controlling your future, the Rockers have an opportunity to do that with the way that the schedule shakes out. The Barnstormers the Patriots, Somerset Patriots, are the last 3 games in this homestand and in the first half. So Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, potentially, depending on what happens in the next couple days, could be deciding games for the first half. They could not be. The Rockers could already have it settled by then. So many things can happen. This is definitely, as a fan, definitely not as a player, because they want to focus on one thing at a time. If you're new to baseball or new to the Atlantic League, this is scoreboard watching time. We will have those updates for you throughout the game. You definitely want to know what is happening, who's doing what. The Ducks and the Patriots are going to be the two teams that Rocker fans are keeping an eye on. The Somerset Patriots are only one game behind the Rockers, I'm sorry. The Somerset Patriots are only one game behind the Long Island Ducks. Your Rockers are 2 games out of first. The name of the game here for the Rockers is going to be winning ball games. They are 5-1 against the Lancaster Barnstormers, as John already mentioned, all time this season. If the Rockers can pick up 3 or 4, they'd love 4. They'll take a series win here. If they can do that, they put themselves in a great spot with a Liberty Division rival in the Somerset Patriots making their first trip to High Point come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's 4th of July week, I should say, because it lands on a Thursday this week, so we have a lot going on. It's going to be a good time to come down to the ballpark and enjoy some baseball, right, John?
Yeah, there's going to be fireworks on and off the field. I mean, this is great baseball, Independence Week. I mean, what more can you ask right now?
And you got fireworks on the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th. And with the way this High Point baseball team plays on offense, no legit fireworks scheduled, but still fireworks guaranteed that night as well.
Right.
When it comes to the offensive explosiveness in this lineup.
I mean, I was talking about it earlier. I mean, this stat with run differential,
Yeah,
the
give us this
Rockers
one.
run differential in the Atlantic League. So how much you win by the score, or combined with all the runs you score throughout the season. The Rockers are 97-plus runs. They're in first place. The second closest team, Somerset Patriots, 35. I mean, that is insane.
That's unbelievable, and it just shows how successful this Rocker team has been able to be offensively. It really says a lot about the lineup that Jamie Keefe, Billy Horn, Frank Viola, those guys have been able to put together. And your Rockers are exactly where they want to be. Welcome back to the Diamond after the longest road trip of the year. Your Rockers, we're going to take a step back for the national anthem. When we come back, John and I will let you know who is playing tonight. We'll give you the lineups. And then it's going to be time for some Rocker baseball. It feels like it's been a while. We're excited. We'll be right back, but we're going to stay here for the national anthem here at the ballpark.
Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, the baseball world lost a great talent and even better person, as Los Angeles Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs was found dead this morning in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The California native spent 7 years in the majors and along the way played with many of the players you see on the field here at BB&T Point tonight. He was 27 years old. Please join us in a moment of silence as we play for the family of Tyler Skaggs. Thank you. And please remain standing as we honor America and those who protect her, both at home and abroad, and join us in the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Holly Verassi.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still
Rockers fans, let's hear it for Holly Varesi.
We welcome you back to BB&T Point after the national anthem there. Here at the ballpark, there was also a moment of silence there, if you couldn't hear our PA announcer, Shane, for Tyler Skaggs, the Angels player who was found dead earlier today. So we took a moment of silence for him, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Skaggs family.
So sad.
So we are just about ready for some baseball here at the ballpark. But before we do that, we got to let you know who's playing. So let's give you the lineups here from BB&T Point. Let's start with the team that'll be batting first, the away team, Lancaster Barnstormers. Darian Sanford will be leading off, number 7, the center fielder. Batting second, number 1, Michael Martinez, the shortstop. Batting third, number 21, Dan Gamache, the second baseman. Batting cleanup, Caleb Gindel, the right fielder. Batting fifth, number 10, Joe Trdoslavich, the DH. Batting sixth, number 18, K.C. Hobson, a great first baseman for this Barnstormers team. Seventh, it'll be number 8, Parker Morin, the catcher. Eighth, it'll be number 28, Josh Bell, the third baseman. And then it'll be Shane Applin, the left fielder, number 31, batting ninth, a new addition to this Rockers team on the mound, or to the Barnstormers. On the mound for the Rockers will be Joe Van Meter. The lineup for the Rockers, it's Steven Cardulo, batting first, at first, number 65, Miles Schroeder, second, number 11, the center fielder, Tyler Ladendorf makes his return to the lineup here at the Point. Was on the road with the Rockers, but his first time back at the Point in a while. Tyler Ladendorf at shortstop, Quincey Lattimore, the DH, Richie Schaefer, left field, batting fifth, Hector Gomez, sixth, the third baseman, Marinkov, seventh, Russell, eighth, and Nigro, ninth. Sanford at the plate. Let's rock. The first pitch at the Point, Joe Van Meter, the starting pitcher, an 0-1 count. Darian Sanford is the batter here for the Barnstormers as we get started at the Point. The 0-1 to Sanford. He foul tips this one off as we are here in the top of the first.
And Gomez steps back to regular position at third. I mean, Sanford can fly. This man has wheels.
So as John points out, Hector Gomez here on the infield grass, the infield turf, a little bit closer to try to make that play. The 0-2 to Sanford. He foul tips that one away. An 0-2 count. Sanford, the leadoff man in this game, the first batter of the ball game here in the top of the first.
Yeah, 3 straight fastballs from Van Meter. Don't want to speed up Sanford's hands with an off-speed pitch, so maybe a fastball outside here.
Here's the 0-2, and that one missing for a ball. He was trying to get him to go chase there, wasn't he, John?
Oh, yeah. Miss on that. That was a little too high.
The 1-2 from Van Meter. This one hit down the line, fouls. It's going to go out into the crowd at this point, bouncing off the net. Nobody there for it. Prime opportunity for a souvenir. No one's even making a move for it there.
Oh, yeah. If this game was in London, that probably was, you could have caught that in foul territory. I mean, that.
1-2 count here for Sanford. The 1-2 from Van Meter. That one just missing there to make it a 2-2 count.
Fastball up and in. Little too up and little too in.
2-2, Sanford, the leadoff man. Let's see what Van Meter does here. The 2-2, Sanford swinging is going to get this one to get down in center field. Throw to second won't be in time as Sanford gets in with a leadoff double.
That's how you start a ball game. Double in the right center gap. I mean, easy double. I don't even know why he had to slide on that.
Number 1, Michael Martinez.
Marinko was able to make a throw, but not right on the bag there and able to slide in with Sanford. This brings up Michael Martinez. Martinez will have an opportunity with a man in scoring position early in the top of the first inning. Joe Van Meter on the mound. The first pitch to Martinez, a swinging strike, an 0-1 count. No outs here in the top of the first. The second batter of this game, Michael Martinez. We got a runner on second in Darian Sanford. Here is the 0-1 as Van Meter checks him back, turns around, wants to keep Sanford out there on second.
I mean, got to do that. 27 stolen bases on the year. I mean, he could easily swipe third with no outs. But you don't want to make the first out at third.
The 0-1 from Van Meter. Martinez puts this one up into the air out there in left field. Able to take care of it is Richie Schaefer. That one looked like it hit off the handle of the bat for Martinez. That'll be out number 1. So this will bring up Dan Gamache, the second baseman.
Yeah, that ball got up in the air, and if you hit it a little bit on the lower, the wind's blowing out, so more balls like that. Expect the ball to go out the ballpark.
And it's unique. The last time we saw the Rockers at home was against the Barnstormers, so that series still fresh on the mind of a lot of Rockers fans. The first pitch here to Gamache, he foul tips that one 0-1. And in that series, Martinez was a really hot hitter for the Barnstormers, came up in big spots and just looked like he was really excited to be up there and swing at a pitch that Van Meter was able to fool him on for the first out. So here is Dan Gamache. He has 1 strike so far. The 0-1, he foul tips that one away. 0-2, still got Sanford out there on second for the Barnstormers.
You got to be careful with him right here. I mean, 32 RBIs on the year. Don't want to give him something to hit. Up 0-2, look for something off speed or fastball. Nowhere close to the plate.
1 out, the 0-2 to Gamache. He swings through that one. 4 strike 3, Van Meter, his first strikeout of the day. A swinging strikeout. Joe Van Meter, one of the 3 Rocker pitchers that holds the record for most strikeouts in a single game. That number is 8. He picks up his first strikeout here in the first inning. Caleb Gindel steps in now for the Barnstormers, with a man still on second in Sanford. 2 outs here in the top of the first. The first pitch to Gindel, that one missing for a ball. And that was a big out there, John, to get Gamache, because he is 4th in the Atlantic League in RBIs with 42.
I mean, very big getting him out. Got him on a fastball, too. It's very impressive.
Sanford was on the move and looked like he was going to try to make the run to third. Turned around quickly.
Yeah, if you're Van Meter right here, don't worry about him. He's fast. He can take third, but you just got to get the out right here in the inning.
2 outs, like John said. Van Meter trying to end the inning here. Here's the 1-0 to Gindel.
And Van Meter is sticking with the fastball. A lot of fastballs up and in, and it must be working for him. He got Gamache on the fastball last at bat.
2-0 count. 2 outs. Van Meter trying to get out of the inning after giving up a leadoff double. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one is in there for a strike. 2-1.
Looked like a slider, little curve to it. I believe it was a slider, a little up and on the outside of the plate. Tough hit when you're sitting fastball.
Van Meter would love to come back and get 3 outs in a row after giving up that leadoff double. The Barnstormers would love to strike first, searching for their 23rd win on the season.
I mean, a basic guarantees a run.
With how fast Sanford is. Here's the 2-1. In there for strike 2.
Another nice fastball up and in. 2-2. I wouldn't be surprised if Sanford might take off. Just throw a little change into this.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Caleb Gindel at the plate. Sanford out there on second. He's on the run. That one misses for a ball, but Sanford makes it over safely to third. So good call by John Furr there, as Sanford is able to make it over there safe. But it's a 3-2 count. Van Meter focused on the batter and Caleb Gindel, but the Barnstormers have a man on third now with 2 outs. We are still scoreless in this one. Here's the 3-2. That one in there for strike 3. Gindel goes down looking, and Van Meter gets out of the inning with his second strikeout of the day here in the first inning. Big out number 3 for Van Meter.
Nice fastball inside right there. Just locked up the hitter right there. Good way to end the innings, and Strand Sanford on third.
Your Rockers are back in High Point, and they are ready to hit. We head to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless, with no runs, 1 hit, no errors in the inning. Buddy Bauman, the pitcher for the Barnstormers. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
The host of Choose to Rise here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Choose to Rise, where we talk about living with positive mindsets, how to increase our confidence, building our faith, and living out our life on purpose. A new show comes out via podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you want to catch the episode live instead, stop by Public House Media around 6:45 Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Choose to Rise. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hi, this is Emily.
This is Lindsay.
And this is Elizabeth, co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Once you are done with this episode, we hope you'll come check out our show, Beauties and Headcanons, where we talk nerdy to you about fandoms, fan fiction, and all pop culture for nerds that you can think of. A new show comes out every Friday.
Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. Kevin McMahon and John Furr here with you at the ballpark. Stephen Cardulo makes his way to the plate. The first rocker that'll hit here at BB&T Point. Due up for the Rockers this inning. Stephen Cardulo, Miles Schroeder, and Tyler Ladendorf. Buddy Bauman on the mound here for the Barnstormers. Scoreless. We are here at the ballpark. This one fouled away by Cardulo, an 0-1 count.
Cardulo is a nightmare to the Barnstormers. The previous series, in 3 games, Cardulo hit 5 home runs and a grand slam.
And that one comes in and hits Cardulo on the leg. That was the 0-1, and that came in and hit Cardulo, and he gets back up to his feet. The crowd is clapping. He's walking towards first base with a little bit of a limp, and the Rockers medical staff will come out there to check on him. That was quite the pitch there that hit him on the leg. So glad he's okay, or appears to be. He's walking over there. We hope he's all right. And he, like you said, he is such a helpful member of this lineup. By far the hottest man in the homestand last week. 5 home runs in 3 nights. Not too bad. I mean, that's unbelievable. And Stephen Cardulo is so speedy. He's so fast. So a leadoff walk here for the Rockers, if he is good to go, would be great, because not only are you putting a runner on, you're putting a very fast runner on.
Yeah, his speed, but, I mean, that pitch hit him just an awkward spot in the leg. Looked like the lower part, and there's not a lot of meat on the bone there. So, I mean, that's a stinger. But he looks okay, and Jamie Keefe's heading back over to third base after checking on him.
And he gets a big round of applause. I mean, you're talking about a fan favorite. He is definitely a fan favorite. We're glad he's all right and over there on first base. 1 hit in the game so far. That coming from the Barnstormers. A runner on in Cardulo. The first pitch here to Miles Schroeder. That one misses for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. We are scoreless here in the bottom of the first, but Stephen Cardulo is a runner here for the Rockers after the leadoff runner was hit by a pitch, or leadoff hitter, I should say. It's quickly 2-0 count here to Miles Schroeder.
And Schroeder, the switcher, is hitting right-handed tonight versus Bauman, the left-hander.
The 2-0 to Schroeder. He swings at this one, tips it back into the net, and it's a 2-1 count.
Barnstormers are lined up deep in the outfield. Schroeder has 10 doubles on the year, so they're making sure nothing gets in the gap right now.
The 2-1 to Schroeder. That one high up near his head. It's a 3-1 count. No outs here in the ball game in the bottom of the first. Stephen Cardulo over there at first. The 3-1. That one missing for ball 4. And the first two batters of the ball game for the Rockers will reach base courtesy of walks. One hit by a pitch in Cardulo. He's over at second. And a base on balls for Miles Schroeder. Tyler Ladendorf makes his way into the box here for the Rockers. Makes his return here to the point. The first pitch to Ladendorf, that one missing. He was active on the road for the Rockers and playing. He missed a couple days in the last homestand due to an injury, but is back now, and we're happy to have him back. Here is the 1-0 to Ladendorf. That one in there for ball 2, and Bauman really having some location issues, it appears, John.
And this is not the situation you would have control issues right now. Down 2-0, 2 runners on, third hitter up, and another ball.
That one missing for a ball, so a 3-0 count to Ladendorf. Ladendorf could potentially walk here with on 4 balls. Runners on first and second in Schroeder and Cardulo. The 3-0 to Ladendorf. That one in there for a strike, 3-1. And guess who is on deck? The man we got to hear from earlier in the pregame show, Quincey Lattimore. So we'll keep an eye on that situation. Baby. The 3-1 to Ladendorf. That one misses for ball 4. And that'll load the bases for Quincey Lattimore, a returning Quincey Lattimore returned with the team on the road. And let's listen to the reaction.
What more could you ask for? Returning back to BB&T Point, bases loaded, no outs, top of the first, bottom 1.
Gets a great reaction. Bases loaded here for the King. The first pitch, that one missing, 1-0. King Q, as he was nicknamed by Dante Bichette Jr., who was with the team earlier. And the nickname caught on and never left him. Here is the 1-0 to Lattimore. A big swing. That'll make it a 1-1 count. Bases loaded here at BB&T Point. Cardulo on third, Schroeder on second, and Ladendorf on first. All reached courtesy of walks. The 1-1 to Lattimore. That one in there for strike 2. No outs in the inning. No Rocker is yet to record a hit here in this ball game, but there are 3 men on. Bases loaded here for King Q. No outs in the inning. Here is the 1-2. Quincey Lattimore fouls that one away.
Looked like a curveball right there. Caught Quincey out front, but got a hold of it. Still batting. See what he can do right here.
The 1-2. A big swing by Quincey. And Buddy Bauman is able to get him to swing for a strikeout. Great bounce back at bat for Buddy Bauman.
Oh, that was a great pitching sequence right there. Went off speed and then came back with a fastball outside.
This brings up Richie Schaefer, number 8, the 5th hitter for the Rockers. The first pitch to him in there for a strike. An 0-1 count, 1 out in the ball game. Or in the bottom of the first, I should say. Ladendorf on first, Schroeder on second, Cardulo on third. Bases loaded here for the Rockers in the bottom of the first. The 0-1, Schaefer tips that one back. 0-2, and Bauman quickly with 2 nice at-bats he's putting together here. 2 nice pitching performances here, back-to-back batters, and could 1 strike away from getting 2 outs. The 0-2, that one missing for a 1-2 count.
And that's important. Schaefer has 13 homers on the year. He's leading the team in home runs, so you got to be careful with this guy with 3 runners on.
The 1-2 to Schaefer, that one missing, 2-2, bases loaded, 1 out. I was going to say to you, John, This was the guy you were probably writing about a lot when they were on the road. Hit a couple home runs on the road.
Right, he had a multi-home run game against Sugar Land in the first game of that series. Finished with 4 RBIs.
The 2-2 missing for a ball. A full count here on Richie Schaefer. This is one of the trickiest predicaments you can be in as a pitcher. You don't want to throw ball 4 to walk a run in, but you don't want to give the batter something good. Here's the 3-2. Richie Schaefer puts it up into right field. At the warning track, caught by Gindel. Cardullo will score. It'll move over Schaefer, and Lattimore will come back over to first. So a sacrifice fly out into right field that will score Cardullo, and will be out number 2, but 1 run for the Rockers as the Rockers lead 1-0. This brings up Hector Gomez.
And that was a great at-bat, down 0-2, fought back to 3-2, and had a deep fly ball opposite field, so couldn't ask for anything more and get a run on the board early.
First pitch in there for a strike. 1 run in the inning. The Rockers have still not recorded a hit here.
I think they'll take it, though.
The 0-1 to Gomez as he's going to get this one right past Bell. Schroeder will come in and score a single for Hector Gomez. Lattimore will move over to second. And how about an RBI single for Hector Gomez?
Right fielder.
Just got a hold of a fastball right there and ripped it by the diving third baseman. Just a nice, easy base hit.
So a 2-0 lead here for the Rockers. Still runners on for the Rockers. Tyler Lattimore out there on second. Hector Gomez at first. There's the first hit of the ball game. This brings up Tyler Marenkov. The first pitch to him. He puts this one airborne to the shortstop, Martinez, able to grab it for out number 3, but not before the Rockers score 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors in the inning. Your Rockers lead 2-0. When we come back, it'll be Turdoslavich, Hobson, and Morin all hitting here for the Barnstormers in the top of the second. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is John Lauder, host of The Cheap Seats here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, The Cheap Seats, where we talk about sports from the fans' perspective. A new show comes out every Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of The Cheap Seats. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back to the ballpark. BB&T Point, Kevin McMahon, John Furr here with you at the ballpark this evening. A 2-0 lead for your High Point Rockers, as this will bring up Joe Turdoslavich, designated hitter for the Barnstormers, batting 5th. Richie Schaefer, an RBI sac fly and an RBI single for Hector Gomez are the difference makers so far for the Rockers to give them their first 2 runs of the ball game. The first pitch to Turdoslavich from Joe Van Meter was a strike. Here is the 0-1 from Van Meter. That one fouled away for strike 2.
The Barnstormers really got out of that inning. Bases loaded, no outs. Only gave up 2 runs. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I think they'll take that. In the grand scheme of
things, not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
0-2 count here for Turdoslavich. He's the leadoff hitter in this inning. The 0-2 That one missing a 1-2 count. The Rockers lead 2-0. What'd you think of the offensive performance from the Rockers in the bottom half of the first?
I liked it. You got to take the pitches, got the pitch count up, and did the basics.
The 1-2 from Van Meter. Joe Tradoslavich swings at it and missing. Strikeout for Joe Van Meter, his third of the ball game for out number 1. Here comes Casey Hobson, a very talented first baseman here for the Barnstormers. Enjoyed getting to watch him at first last time they were in town. Excited to get to do it again.
Hobson's from Rocky Point, North Carolina, so he's glad to be back in the state, I bet.
That first pitch missed there for a ball. Easy for me to say. 1-0, 1 out in the inning. The 1-0 from Van Meter. This one fouled away by Hobson, 1-1. And don't let this record fool you for the Barnstormers. I know I said this last time, but this is a very talented baseball team, and even though the Rockers have a nice winning record against them, 5-1, those games last time they played, the 1-1 here for Van Meter, missing for a ball, 2-1, those were close games, and ones that could have definitely went in the Barnstormers' favor.
They easily could have. Just speaking of bad luck, I think Bauman's like 2-7, but his ERA is sub 350, so you can't argue about that. He's doing his job.
The 2-1 to Hobson. He takes a big cut there. A 2-2 count, 1 out in the inning. Van Meter has 3 strikeouts so far. As we mentioned, he's one of the 3 Rockers that's tied for the record for most strikeouts in a single outing with 8. Here's the 2-2. Hobson puts it sky high into right field. Up there for a long time, but Marinkov grabs it for out number 2.
That ball had some hang time on it. Got it up just a little too high.
The catcher, number 8.
A little warning track power.
Those are the ones that make you nervous as the defensive team. You get excited if you're a Barnstormers fan. That one stayed up in the air so long, you thought maybe the wind or something would maybe try to help it move and blow it out of the ballpark. Unable to do so there. Parker Morin is the batter here for the Barnstormers. The first pitch to him in there for a strike. He is the third batter of this inning. 2 outs in the top of the second. The Barnstormers trail by 2. 2-0, the Rockers lead.
And Morin's hitting .313 and 80 at-bats on the year, so 8 hole, still a dangerous batter.
The 0-1, Morin puts this one up high in foul territory. Hector Gomez is there for out number 3. The third baseman makes the play.
And what an easy inning for Van Meter. 1, 2, 3, get the pitch count low, and escapes without any damage.
1-2-3 inning for the Rockers and Van Meter. They retire the Barnstormers. No runs, no hits, no errors in the inning. Rockers lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Rockers, it'll be Russell, Nigro, and Cardullo. We'll be right back as Bauman comes back out to the mound. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport here on Public House Media. After this episode, come join us on a trip around the soccer world as we discuss club and country every Tuesday. Stamp your soccer passport by subscribing on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your Public House Media podcasts. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome you back here to the ballpark. Kevin McMahon, John Furr, Austin Russell in the box here for the Rockers. The first pitch in there for a strike, an 0-1 count. Your Rockers lead 2-0 on the mound, Buddy Bauman. Speaking of soccer, there'll be a little watch party at the ballpark. The 0-1 here. Russell hits this one in the air. Martinez able to handle it, an infield fly at shortstop. There's going to be a World Cup watch party tomorrow. That's when the women are playing tomorrow. Yeah. They play England, and the Rockers are hosting a watch party. You can watch and play. There will be some soccer balls and on the field. You can watch and kick around and watch on the big board. So that should be a fun activity to do tomorrow. Frank Nigro, the batter here for the Rockers. 1 out in the inning, a big swing. That makes it an 0-1 count.
And there's really not a better board to watch that on. I think that thing is huge out there.
It's the biggest scoreboard in minor league baseball in North or South Carolina. The next pitch, a strike here to Nigro. 0-2 count, 1 out.
Just overpowering Frank with 2 straight fastballs right there. Wouldn't be surprised if I see another. You see another one.
Bauman on the mound, 1 out. Nigro has 2 strikes here. Here's the 0-2 to Frank. Strike 3. Nigro swing, a big one, unable to connect for out number 2. And how about this inning to respond by Bauman? He could be looking at a 1-2-3 inning after a very long and nerve-wracking first inning. Cardulo in the box now.
You know, sometimes you're still getting warmed up out there in the first inning. You know, get the little jitters out.
The first pitch to Cardulo, a ball, 1-0.
And also, I mean, it might be the first time he's pitched on a turf mound in a while, so, you know, you got to get used to that as well.
1-0 count here for Cardulo. The 1-0. Cardulo gets this one right past Bell, the third baseman, as it lands in left field. And a hit for Cardulo as he was able to put that one right past the glove of Bell. That was going to be a great defensive effort, but able to sneak that one past him was Cardulo. He gets on with a 2-out single. Here comes Miles Schroeder. The first pitch to Schroeder, missing for a ball. What do you think of that hit there, John?
Oh, it's a good at-bat. Quick, nice rip, but that's a tough play for Bell. Ball hit right at you, line drive. Kind of hard to judge whether you come in, take a step back. So with the sun, too, it's a tough play.
The 1-0 to Schroeder. That one missing for a ball, a 2-0 count. You got Cardulo out there on first. We already talked about how fast and speedy he is. It's his second time reaching in this game. The 2-0 to Schroeder. That one tipped away for strike 1. A 2-1 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The Rockers lead 2-0. They'd love to add to their lead.
And Schroeder, there's a pickoff. Schroeder recently during the Sugarland series, he had his on-base streak of 24 games broken. So he gets on base anyway, anyhow.
The 2-1 to Schroeder. He had to get out of the way there as that one came in on him.
And in the Southern Maryland series, he reached base 4 times, 4 different ways. For you baseball fans, you can reach base 7 different ways.
The 3-1, Miles Schroeder fouls that one back. A 3-2 count, 2 outs.
Cardulo will be in motion on the pitch, but he'll probably wait to make sure the pitcher's going to the plate.
The 3-2, and this one will get down for a single. Cardulo's going to third. He's going to make it.
Ooh.
A single for Miles Schroeder as he is able to hit this one into left field. It gets down for a single. Move the speedy Cardulo to third. And another 2-out single for the Rockers.
That looked kind of awkward for Cardullo. Got an early start with 3-2 count and just was full speed and kind of didn't know whether to slide or stand up and just kind of awkwardly went in the base, but he's still fine.
Tyler Lattimore, the hitter now for the Rockers. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The first pitch to Lattimore. Lattimore swinging. A hit that gets down into left field, an RBI single for Tyler Lattimore. Cardullo will come in to score again. A string of singles here for the Rockers. An RBI single for Tyler Lattimore.
Yep, just got a fastball up in the zone, just ripped it down the line. Easy base hit.
Rockers scoring here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. It's a 3-0 ball game. Quincey Lattimore, the hitter for the Rockers. Quincey puts it in left field. Does it have enough? No, it does not. Applin able to track it down on the warning track for out number 3, but not before the Rockers score again, courtesy of an RBI single. Tyler Lattimore hits in Cardullo for another run here in this ball game. Rockers lead 3-0. Quincey Lattimore did everything but hit that one out of the ballpark.
Where's the wind on that? That's all he needed. A little help from the wind.
Can't complain too much if you're the Rockers. We head to the third, and the Rockers have a 3-0 lead. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
And fans, join us right here at BB&T.
This is Rachel Mullins, host of #NoFilterFriday here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my new show, #NoFilterFriday, where we talk about all of the sexual misconduct allegations swirling around Hollywood. A new show drops every Friday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of #NoFilterFriday. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
What's up, everybody? This is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Press Row, where we talk about the biggest issues in sports with the analysts, experts, and reporters who cover them. No nonsense, hard-hitting interviews on the sports topics you're talking about. A new show comes out every single Thursday. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Press Row. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hi, this is Peggy Rojas, host of Viviendo una Vida en Balance here at Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, hope you can come.
Number 28, Josh Bell.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. Josh Bell, the batter here for the Barnstormers. The first pitch to him, a ball, 1-0. A 3-0 lead for your Rockers. Joe Van Meter back on the mound here for High Point.
And as a pitcher, you can't ask for anything better than that. An early 3-0 lead. You can get away just throwing fastballs, get back into a groove.
It's brought to you by Wake Forest Baptist Health.
That fastball is low. That's 2-0.
The 2-0. Joe Van Meter with a good-looking pitch. That'll get in there for a strike. Make it a 2-1 count here for Josh Bell. The Barnstormers looking to get something going. They only have one hit in the ball game. He foul tips this one back. 2-2 count. No outs. The leadoff man in the top of the third in Josh Bell. Van Meter, 3 strikeouts to his name so far. The 2-2 misses. And it's a full count now. 3-2 count, no outs. And maybe a little bit easier to pitch here with a 3-0 lead as well. Here's the 3-2. The payoff pitch missed. Ball 4. Bell will walk.
Yeah, there's two off-speed pitches right there. That looked like caught the inside part of the or missed the inside part of the plate. So very close call, but it's not bad right there. You're not missing over the middle of the plate, so you can live with that.
Andrew, or we got Applin coming up to the plate here.
I believe this is his first game with the Barnstormers.
It is. It's a 1-0 count here for Applin. Bell on first base for the Barnstormers. The 1-0 to Applin. That one missing for a 2-0 count. No outs. Runner on first. Here's the 2-0. That one in there for a strike, a 2-1 count.
Slider kept him off balance right there. Looking to unload on a 2-0. Probably looking fastball. 2-1 count. Van Meter comes sets. Foul ball behind home plate.
A 2-1 count. This is Andrew Applin for the Barnstormers. 2-2 count, no outs. Runner on first in Josh Bell. The leadoff man in the top of the third was Bell. He was able to get on base. The Barnstormers are hoping they can turn that into some runs. Here's the 2-2. That one missing. Ball 3. 3-2 count, no outs here in the top of the third. Van Meter has a runner on first to deal with in Josh Bell. Applin is the 9th batter in the lineup, so we'll move to the top of the lineup after this. The 3-2. Applin puts it into left field. Schaefer able to grab it on the warning track. That one was hit hard. Almost as hard as Quincey Lattimore. It's pretty identical hits, and it looked like Andrew Applin was going to put the Barnstormers within 1 run of the Rockers, but that didn't happen because Schaefer was there. And it is 1 out in the inning as Andrew Applin is retired.
And sometimes you get unlucky like that. 2 hard hit balls just right at him by Quincey and Elfin right there. Sanford with some wheels, so I wouldn't be surprised maybe a bunt or a little hit and run action. Gomez is playing well in front of the third baseline, or third base bag.
The 0-1. This one popped up into the air by Sanford. Schroeder comes all the way in, out of center, catches it in very short center for out number 2.
And that's how you do it. Van Meter walked the first batter and then gets 2 quick outs right there.
Michael Martinez.
2 outs. Here comes Michael Martinez. This guy is a treat to watch defensively at shortstop. The first pitch to Martinez. Hit sky high into right. At the wall, a home run for Martinez. Marinkov nearly tried to take it away, but Michael Martinez with a 2-run shot, and that'll put the Barnstormers within 1 run, a 3-2 game after a 2-run home run by Martinez.
First pitch, he was sitting fastball, and he was dead red. Hit it right over the High Point University sign, and Marinkov just ran out of room. Give him another 5 feet, maybe a catch, but it's over the fence. It's 2 runs. Fastball inside. 0-1 count.
So how about that? A 2-run home run for Martinez. Still 1 out in the inning. The 0-1 to Gamache as he sends this one very foul. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Dan Gamache, the batter here for the Barnstormers. They are within 1 now. A 3-2 game. Here is the 0-2 from Van Meter. This one bounced off the foul line to Gomez. The throw to first For out number 1, Cardullo with the stretch as Hector Gomez made the throw on one grounded up to him. For out number 3, but not before Martinez and the Barnstormers strike back a 2-run home run to make it a 3-2 game. That's a big hit there, John, by Martinez.
Oh, it was. Got to get back into the game, get your pitcher some momentum, and hey, it's a 1-run game. It's early. A lot of things can happen. I would say the only negative that I would say about Van Meter, just he throws a lot of early fastballs, and you can see right there Martinez was just sitting dead red, and you get somebody sitting fastball, and you see it, you can send one flying here.
A lot of offense here so far early in this game, and it is 3-2. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball. Your Rockers will hit again with 2 runs off 1 hit, no errors in the inning. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Hashtag No Filter Friday here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my new show, Hashtag No Filter Friday, where we talk about all of the sexual misconduct allegations swirling around Hollywood. A new show drops every Friday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Hashtag No Filter Friday. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Leading off for the Rockers.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. Kevin McMahon, John Furr here with you. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Hector Gomez is on deck. This is Richie Schaefer here for the High Point Rockers, leading off.
Schaefer with 1 RBI on the day. He drove in Cardullo in the first inning on a sacrifice fly to right field.
A 1-1 count here for Richie Schaefer. The 1-1, a big swing down in the turf by Schaefer. That'll be a 1-2 count.
A nice curveball snapped really early right there. Got Schaefer out swinging very early in front of the plate. Keeping the Schaefer off balance with off speed.
The 1-2. That one high. 4-2. A 2-2 count. The leadoff man in Schaefer in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The pitch missing for a full count now for Schaefer and the Rockers. That one just a bit low there for Bauman. Here is the 3-2. Richie Schaefer, a big swing. Bauman, the comeback pitch in there for strike 3. Buddy Bauman.
That's a big strikeout. Get the bottom of the 3rd off. No runners on. Get some momentum back. But not a terrible at bat for Schaefer. Got 6 pitches.
Hector Gomez, first pitch swinging. 1 strike there as that one gets past him.
And that was an ugly swing by Gomez. I mean, he was looking fastball or something.
The 0-1. Hector Gomez puts it on the ground to Martinez. Martinez, the third of first. For out number 2, a grounder to the shortstop, and Martinez makes the play.
That Bauman's just keeping the hitters off balance now. I mean, you see 2 straight batters blowing one by Schaefer and then getting Gomez out hitting a weak ground ball. So, I mean, the Rockers really don't know what's coming right now.
Tyler Marinkov, the batter here, the first pitch to him is a strike, an 0-1 count for Tyler Marinkov. The 0-1, Marinkov hits a one-hopper over to Bell. Bell makes the throw to first for out number 3.
Quick inning, 7 pitches. I mean, what more can you ask for? Get 2 runs in the top. We got ourselves a ball game.
That's a great inning for the Barnstormers. Picture perfect stuff. A 7 pitch inning for Bauman and the Barnstormers. They like the sound of that. They're coming back up to bat too. Here in the in the top of the fourth.
4-5-6.
4-5-6 coming up. Gindel, Tardoslavich, and Hobson. We'll be right back. Van Meter back on the mound. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
Team in the World Cup semifinals.
Hi, this is Peggy Rojas, host of Viviendo una Vida en Balance here at Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you can come back and check my show, Viviendo una Vida en Balance, where we talk about life hacks to live a life in balance. And this show's in Spanish. A new show comes out every Monday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and share with your friends. Again, thank you for checking out the following broadcast in Public House Media.
Fans stop by one of the concessions.
This is Madeline, host of Crowned and Dangerous here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come back to check out my show, Crowned and Dangerous, where Jessica and I talk about our time in the pageant world. A new show comes out bi-weekly on Thursdays. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Crowned and Dangerous. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back to BB&C Point. Gindel, the leadoff man here for the Barnstormers. The first pitch to him, a ball, 1-0. Caleb Gindel, the cleanup hitter for the Barnstormers, the leadoff man here in the top of the fourth. 3-2 is the score. The Rockers lead 3-2, but the Barnstormers are within one here. The 1-0 to Gindel. That one missing for a 2-0 count here, and the momentum is starting to swing a little bit in the favor of the Barnstormers here, John. The 2-0, that one missing for ball 3. A 2-run home run by Martinez, a quick inning, 7 pitches for Bauman, and now the Barnstormers back up to bat again. A lot going right for the Barnstormers. The 3-0, this one fouled away.
Oh, I would agree. The Barnstormers are definitely getting momentum here as Gindel still ahead of the count. Hitters count. Van Meter's probably going to come with a fastball right here.
The 3-1, and Gindel was maybe making his move to first too quick. He looked at that one, and it's a called strike 2. That one by Terrence Jones, the home plate umpire. So it's a full count here for the leadoff man in Gindel. Here is the 3-2, fouled away.
And that was a fastball down and in. It's hard to get on that. It's a foul ball, leaving BB&T Point.
The 3-2.
And there's another one. Hope your car's not parked out there.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I park like way out back, so I'm in good shape.
Those foul balls are dangerous.
Yeah, that's when you don't want to collect. You always want to get a foul ball, not that way.
Oh, never that.
Here's the payoff. This one fouled away again. What an at-bat here by Caleb Gindel to get things started off in the top of the fourth inning. It's a one-run game. The Rockers lead 3-2. And this is a nice at-bat here by Gindel, making Van Meter work.
Yeah, it was ahead 3-0. Van Meter's fought back a little bit.
The 3-2. That one missing as Gindel has to lean out of the way. Ball 4, a leadoff walk for Caleb Gindel. Same thing happened last inning, and it ended up
the DH, number 10.
benefiting the Barnstormers as they were able to hit a home run with a man on last inning. Michael Martinez hit in Josh Bell, who walked before that. Gindel, the leadoff man, walked. Tardoslavich, first pitch swinging here. 4-strike 1, unable to connect. An 0-1 count for Joe Tardoslavich, the former major leaguer.
And he was fooled by that off speed right there, and that's good for Van Meter to mix things up first pitch.
The 0-1, the swing, and a pitch that was down in the turf. Able to fool him there was Van Meter. So an 0-2 count, no outs with a runner on first in Caleb Gindel. Trdoslavich, the batter for the Barnstormers. Here is the 0-2 from Van Meter. Tipped away, staying alive is Joe Trdoslavich.
Yep, got a fastball right there. Just got a piece of that just to stay alive. Van Meter went 2 off-speed pitch and a fastball. Interesting to see what happens here.
The 0-2. And a hit for the Barnstormers. Trdoslavich was able to hit that one past Russell. A diving effort. Unable to grab it. That'll move over Gindel. And Trdoslavich has a single. 2 runners on.
That's just a tough one right there, because with no runners on, Russell would have that not in double play depth, but because the runner on and he's in double play depth, he couldn't reach that line drive ground ball right there.
Casey Hobson, the batter now for the Barnstormers. Runners on first and second. The first pitch to Hobson, down in the turf for a ball.
Two runners on, no outs. Hobson, dangerous batter. We had a shift on him earlier, so we're not in any defensive alignment, just straight up.
The 1-0. That pitch missing as well for a 2-0 count. Great opportunity here for the Barnstormers and Casey Hobson. Runners on first and second. Trdoslavich on first. Gindel on second base. No outs in the inning. They trail by 1. The 2-0. Hobson fouls this one back for a 2-1 count.
Another hitter's count right here. 2 runners on. You got to love having a hitter's count with the men in scoring position. Get some ribbies out there.
The 2-1. Hobson, a big-time hit off the scoreboard. A 3-run shot. A no-doubter. You got to be kidding me.
That ball got out quick.
Whew. What a big-time blast. And all of a sudden, it is a 5-3 game. Casey Hobson off the scoreboard. Big fella. Wow. What a shot.
One swing at the bat changed the game. That's what happens when you fall behind pitching. 2-1, 2 runners on, kind of have to serve one up, and when you have a good hitter at the plate and you make a mistake, that ball ain't coming back.
An absolute mammoth of a home run shot there. Parker Morin is the batter now, and this is a lot to come back from as the pitcher. Next batter up, giving up 3 runs in 1 shot. A 5-3 game for the Barnstormers and the Rockers. Stormers lead by 3. Morin hits this one out into the outfield as well, but Schroeder is there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That 3-run home run came with no outs.
Yep, so, Van Meter, Morin put a drive into that one too, but just still kind of straight at Schroeder. Just take a deep breath, relax. A lot of baseball left. Do your job and get outs.
5 runs, courtesy of 2 home runs. That is the way the Barnstormers have done their offense here today. So far, we are in the top of the 4th. Josh Bell is the batter now for the Barnstormers. A 1-0 count, 1 out in the inning. The 1-0. And that went in there for a strike, a 1-1 count.
It's a good thing we got a net on that scoreboard. The Barnstormers are about 2 very close. One hitting it. I mean, they're swinging some hot bats right now. 1-2 count. And a good off-speed pitch right there. Curveball on the outside corner.
So a strikeout there as Bell will go down on strikes. He will go down looking there, looking at the last pitch. Andrew Alpin comes up, and as we take a look around the Liberty division, both Somerset and the Ducks are leading right now. Early in those games as well, the Bees and Patriots in the 4th inning, 3-0, Patriot lead. Andrew Alpin, the batter hits this one into left field with 2 outs. That'll be out number 3 as Richie Schaefer able to grab that one for the 3rd out. The Rockers get out of the inning, but not before Casey Hobson makes a statement with a 3-run home run off of the scoreboard to make it 5-3. We'll be talking about that home run for quite some time. 5-3, the Barnstormers lead. And how did they do it? 2 hits in the inning, 3 runs, no errors. We will be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball. Russell, Nigro, Cardulo, all due up here for the Rockers.
This is Liz Colburn, host of the Morning Uplift here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come back and check out my show, The Morning Uplift, where we talk about finding your beauty in the journey. A new show comes out twice a month on the 1st and 3rd Mondays. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of The Morning Uplift. Thank you again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey guys,
This is Keith.
and Katie from Coffee with Keith and Katie on Public House Media.
Thanks for listening to the following broadcasts on Public House Media.
When you're done listening to this show, I hope you'll come check out our show, Coffee with Keith and Katie. A new episode comes out every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock.
Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. Kevin McMahon, John Furr on the call with you here tonight. Michael Russell. Michael Russell is the batter here tonight for the Rockers.
He's a former North Carolina Tar Heel. Played his college days in Chapel Hill, rips one down to 3rd.
Bell makes the throw for out number 1. So Michael Russell is retired there for out number 1.
The catcher, number 2, Frank Nigro.
Frank Nigro, the batter here for the Rockers, the 21-year-old. That one in there for a strike. The 0-1.
Bauman starts him off with an off-speed pitch.
The 0-1 to Nigro, and another big swing for Frank Nigro, and that'll be an 0-2 count for him. One out in the inning. Here is the 0-2. Nigro fouls this one away. 1 out in the inning. 5-3. The Barnstormers lead after a 3-run home run in the top of the 4th. We are here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This is Frank Nigro at the plate. The 1-2 to him, missing for a 2-2 count.
And Bauman's done a great job since following the 2nd inning. He's been getting ahead of batters, and hardly any Rockers have been ahead in the count. So when you get ahead as a pitcher, it's hard for hitters to get on.
The 2-2 to Nigro. That one outside of the zone for a 3-2 count. So one away, but a full count here for Nigro. The payoff pitch. Frank foul tips this one to stay alive.
Working the count. It's what you need to do when you're trying to fight back with a pitcher who's found his groove. That's what the Barnstormers did, and look what they did last inning.
The 3-2 to Frank Nigro. A big swing, strike 3. Buddy Bauman. Another
back to the top of the order for the
comeback strikeout there for Mr. Bauman.
He's just getting better as the game goes on. Another K right there. That's his 4th on the night.
2 outs in the inning. Here is Steven Cardullo. He's showing bunt here with 2 outs. This one right back to Bauman, unable to beat it out for out number 3 as Bauman makes the throw over to Hobson. Cardullo tried to catch the Barnstormers by surprise with the speed, unable to get it going that time, John.
Yeah, not a bad idea, but I don't know with Cardullo how good he is at the plate recently, but I understand left-handed finding his groove. You just kind of want to bunt one down the line, but just couldn't get it down the third baseline far enough.
He's such a powerful hitter. He was hoping to catch everybody off guard with that bunt, and he caught us off guard up here in the booth, and almost made it, but they were able to get him at first. So this will bring Van Meter back out to the mound as we head to the top of the 5th. It's 5-3. The Barnstormers lead, and they're coming up to hit once again. So when we come back, it'll be the Barnstormers ready to get going. It's Sanford, Martinez, Gamache all due up here in the top of the 5th. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is Jenna Burt, host of the Confessions of a Military Spouse podcast here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Confessions of a Military Spouse, where we dig deep and talk about the unspoken hard truths of what it's really like to be a military spouse. A new show comes out bi-weekly. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Confessions of a Military Spouse. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media. This is Kim Meyer, the host of Choose to Rise here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Choose to Rise, where we talk about living with positive mindsets, how to increase our confidence, building our faith, and living out our life on purpose. A new show comes out via podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Welcome back. Darian Sanford, the leadoff man for the Barnstormers. The first pitch, a ball, a 1-0 count. Here in the top of the 5th, we welcome you back to the ballpark. Kevin McMahon here with John Furr, a 5-3 lead for the Barnstormers. The 1-0, that one in there for a strike, a 1-1 count.
Or very close to the line, playing in. Looking for a bunt, but with 2 strikes, I doubt Sanford would lay one down.
The 1-2. This one hit to Michael Russell. He is able to handle it. The throw to first for out number 1.
Yeah, Russell back in the lineup today. He was on the DL for quite a while, and Ladendorf slide over to shortstop. Gives Giovanni Alfonso a little rest after that long road trip. No.
Yeah, you got it.
Brain fart right there.
No worries. That was the longest road trip of the season as Martinez hits another one hard into left field. On the run is Schaefer. Nice play for out number 2.
Martinez tried to hit one up. I had one earlier. Almost got home run number 2 on the night.
And a quick inning so far for Van Meter. Michael Martinez already has a 2-run home run to his name. He hits this one hard, and Richie Schaefer making the play. Nice play, Richie.
That's when you know somebody's hitting the ball good, when they're driving balls to every side of the field.
The first pitch, a strike here to Dan Gamache. 2 quick outs for Joe Van Meter. Talk about answering. A 1-2-3 inning would do just that here for Van Meter. The 0-1.
Yeah, and that's the start to the inning you needed from Van Meter.
That one missed, so it's a 1-1 count.
You know, pitching, it's all about weathering the storm.
The 1-1. That one misses again. A 2-1 count. 2 outs. The 2-1 to Gamache. He foul tips this one away. 2-2, Joe Van Meter. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning. The Barnstormers lead 5-3 here in the top of the 5th. Gamache trying to keep it alive so they can add to their total. Joe Van Meter wants to end this inning and put the Barnstormers down in order. The 2-2, that one takes a bounce to Frank Nigro for ball number 3. A full count here for Dan Gamache and the Barnstormers.
Gamache thought about going for that, but held up in time, did not go on the swing.
The 3-2, Gamache staying alive, fouls it away.
Wonder who's paying for these baseballs, because it's probably the 20th foul ball right there. I think we might go bankrupt with that.
We've seen a lot go off today. The 3-2, hit on the ground over to Michael Russell. He makes the throw to Cardulo for out number 3. Russell saw 2 of the outs there. 1-2-3 inning here for the Rockers.
And good,
go ahead.
Good for Van Meter settling down right there. 2 straight innings. The Barnstormers put up crooked numbers, so good thing to see him put up a 0 up on the scoreboard.
The High Point Rockers get out of the inning. Van Meter puts together a 1-2-3 inning. Great to see, especially after you give up a 3-run home run, especially one as big as that one by Hobson earlier. We head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it'll be Miles Schroeder, Tyler Ladendorf, and Quincey Lattimore as we have a playing competition happening here at the ballpark.
Does not look fun.
Yeah, I do not envy those two. We will be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
The host of Choose to Rise here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Choose to Rise, where we talk about living with positive mindsets, how to increase our confidence, building our faith, and living out our life on purpose. A new show comes out via podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you want to catch the episode live instead, stop by Public House Media around 6:45 Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Choose to Rise. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
We're calling this one a tie. Congratulations. Leading off for the Rockers, center fielder number 11,
Miles Schroeder steps into the box here for the Rockers as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning. The first pitch bounces in for a ball. It is still Buddy Bauman on the mound here for the Barnstormers, Kevin McMahon and John Furr, and we can confirm that neither of us could do a plank as long as those two just did.
Oh, my God. They need to get people who aren't fit.
The 1-0, Schroeder hits this one into left field. Send it, a solo shot. 5-4, one swing of the bat. The leadoff man here in the bottom of the 5th, and Miles Schroeder ties it or puts the Rockers within 1, 5-4. Grabs his own bat. He can do it all.
Second pitch fastball. Bowman left it up, and boy, he put a shot into that one. And Rockers ball hawk almost caught another home run out there. He missed that one, though.
5-4. After that home run, Tyler Ladendorf steps in, and it is a 1-0 count here for Tyler Ladendorf. Miles Schroeder, the leadoff home run, makes it 5-4. The 1-0 to Tyler Ladendorf, who fouls that one away, makes it a 1-1 count.
Yeah, no better way to start an inning than a home run. I don't think so. It's got to be. And down 2, get 1 run back. You know, rattle Bowman's confidence a little bit. And you got 3, 4, 5 coming up.
The 1-1 to Ladendorf. Tyler Ladendorf hits it over to Bell. Bell makes a great play on it. The throw to first, out number 1 in the inning. So Ladendorf is retired here.
Bellman with a nice play. Looked like he was playing in the World Cup. Nice little slide. Scoops it. Little 180 and throws it over to Hobson at first.
Welcome back. Quincey Lattimore taking his third at-bat here of the day. That first pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1. That one missing. Make it a 1-1 count.
Not a whole lot of people I envy, but King Q's definitely one of them. Just amazing cleats with King Q. Rock sunglasses when he hits. That's why they call him the King.
2-1 here for Quincey. The 2-1, a big swing. Lattimore in a 2-2 count now. The great power that this man possesses at the plate, it's really special to watch. Very fun to watch him. The 2-2. Quincey Lattimore hits this one into left field. It gets down for a single. Quincey Lattimore with his first hit. Back in a Rocker uniform at home. Since coming back from Mexico after playing professionally down there for a little while. When he got his contract purchased by a team in Cancun. He is back now and helping out the Rockers. They have the tying run on first in Lattimore. Richie Schaefer, the batter for the Rockers. The first pitch to him, a strike and 0-1 count.
What do you say? Quincy just had a month spring break, little action.
The 0-1 to Schaefer. Schaefer fouls it away. And the Rockers have a great opportunity now with the hot hitting Richie Schaefer at the plate. Quincey Lattimore on first. He represents the tying run, the lead changing run at the plate in Schaefer. Richie Schaefer hits this one hard down the right field line. It stays fair, and Lattimore is going to leg it out. Will he be able to score? Yes, he will. A double for Richie Schaefer, an RBI. The King turns around, shows his gratitude. We got a tie ball game, 5-5.
No better hitting than that right there. 2 strikes, ripping a ball down the line. Easy for Lattimore to score. Stand-up double for Schaefer.
5-5, an RBI double. Able to get the ball to walk the tightrope down the line there in right field was Richie Schaefer. An RBI double as Quincey Lattimore scores all the way from first. Hector Gomez, the batter now. The first pitch he saw, he swung at, fouled it away. It's an 0-1 count, 1 out. Schaefer at second. If he scores, the Rockers would take the lead. We're all tied at 5. Hector Gomez at the plate. The 0-1 to Gomez. That one gets past Morin. And Schaefer is going to move over to third. How about that?
Yeah, great start to the inning. I think that's probably going to be ruled a passed ball. Looks like Morin just caught off the tip of the glove. And the Rockers, I feel, caught a little break on that double. I mean, a ball right by the wall, bounced off the AstroTurf. I thought I was going to go over the wall for a ground rule double. Heads up.
That one hit over there into the dugout. Thanks, John. Just looking out for everybody. We appreciate it.
Oh, got to. You know, safety of the ballpark. Dugouts don't have that protection of a net.
Rockers do have the net that goes all the way down the line. Big fan of that. The 1-2 to Hector Gomez. He fouls this one away.
1-2, Gomez seeing some pitches. Trying to get a ball that he likes. Get a fastball. More of a fastball hitter. So expect Bowman to keep coming with him with the off speed.
The 1-2, Hector Gomez fouls this one. It stayed in the field, but it bounced right in the bullpen. So 1-2 count, 1 out. Runner on third and Richie Schaefer. We are tied up 5-5 after the RBI double that scored Quincey Lattimore. The 1-2 to Gomez. Hector Gomez hits it foul as well down the right field side over near the bullpen.
We got the infield playing somewhat in, so Schaefer's probably not going to score on a hard ground ball, so Gomez is going to need to get one into the outfield.
The 1-2, Hector Gomez hits this one over to Bow. Play at the plate. Schaefer slides in safe. And Hector Gomez gets up, a big smile on his face. What a play by Richie Schaefer. 1 out was in the inning. That one was hit right up the bell, but Schaefer took the gamble. You got to give credit to Jamie Key for making the call out there at third base.
You can't hesitate on that. Schaefer and Keefe right there. You see that slowly hit ground ball, you just got to take off. And then Gomez doing his job, running down the line and ducking at the very last second, making sure he didn't get hit.
So it is a 6-5 lead for the Rockers. They lead by 1 run. Tyler Marinkov, the hitter. Marinkov pops this one up. Gamache makes the play. Nope, folks, we are still in High Point. We aren't in London, but we got a high-scoring game nonetheless. 6-5 is the score. Your Rockers lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Already 6 runs scored for the Rockers, 11 total. A 6-5 lead.
I don't think it's any close to being over either.
And
I think there's a lot of runs still left to be put up on the board.
He had 3 hits in the inning and 3 runs scored there.
Schroeder leading off with a home run.
Yeah, you had the Schroeder solo, which happened on the second pitch, so you can almost forget about it. You had the solo home run, and then you had the RBI double, which scored Quincey Lattimore, and then the sacrifice by Hector Gomez over to first. That would score Richie Schaefer. A gutsy play to take the lead. Van Meter back on the mound. Rockers have a 6-5 lead. We head to the 6th. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is John Lauder, host of The Cheap Seats here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, The Cheap Seats, where we talk about sports from the fans' perspective. A new show comes out every Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of The Cheap Seats. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Is brought to you by Guilford Basin.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life.
Number 15, Caleb Gindel.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. Kevin McMahon, John Furr, here with you at the ballpark. Caleb Gindel steps in for the Barnstormers.
Gindel has a walk and a K on the night.
The first pitch from Van Meter to Gindel in there for a strike. It's an 0-1 count, no outs. The Rockers lead by 1, 6-5 after a 3-run inning. The 0-1, that one missing, a 1-1 count. Action down there in the High Point Rocker bullpen. So you would imagine if Van Meter can get out of this would be his last inning of work. Here is the 1-1. That one missing, a 2-1 count. And I believe that to be Chase Hutchinson down there in the bullpen for the Rockers, sporting 32. So Van Meter with a 2-1 count here to Gindel. No outs. Gindel the leadoff man. The 2-1, Caleb Gindel puts it in play as this one gets down for a leadoff single in right field.
Yeah, I've got that ball off the end of the bat, but hey, you take any hit. You know, sometimes you hit one solid right at somebody, and sometimes you don't hit it the best and still get on. And Gindel did his job and got on.
So a single for Caleb Gindel, and this will bring up Joey Terdoslavich. With a runner on first, no outs, Van Meter on the mound. The pitch to Terdoslavich, swung on for strike one, 0-1 count.
And the Barnstormers have a lot of lefties in their lineup, so I'm kind of surprised Hutchinson, a lefty pitcher warming up in the bullpen, hasn't come into the game earlier with these lefty-on-lefty matchups.
The 0-1, that one in there for strike two, 0-2 count, no outs. In the ball game, or in the inning, I should say, in the top of the sixth. A 6-5 game. Rockers lead by 1. Runner on first in Gindel. Here is the 0-2. Terdoslavich will stay alive here. Looking at that one, a 1-2 count.
We've seen a lot of plays here tonight, but I don't think we've seen a double play, have we?
I don't think we have.
Oh, well, let's speak it into action, you know?
The Rockers would love that. No outs in the inning. Here is the 1-2 to Terdoslavich. Over to Hector Gomez. 1-2. There's their double play. As Gomez went to Ladendorf over to Cardullo for a double play. A 5-4 or a 5-6-3. I'm so used to Ladendorf being the second baseman.
And I was no part of that play, but I'll take credit for an assist there.
Setting it up, John Furr. You can put that in your scorecards if you wish. 2 outs in the top of the sixth after the double play. Casey Hobson, the batter for the Barnstormers, and that's a huge double play, and I'll tell you why. A 1-0 count here for Casey Hobson. He got that 3-run home run earlier. He's a dangerous hitter, and that takes a man off the bases for him. The 1-0. That one missing, 2-0. That makes life a whole lot easier if you're Van Meter. You don't mind walking him now. Right. You would have if you had a man on.
Yeah, you get 2 outs. You can be careful with them. You don't have to give him anything to hit. Now you can see the shift we kind of have. Ladendorf closely behind second base.
A 2-0 count here for Mr. Hobson at the plate. The 2-0. That one missing makes it a 3-0 count. 2 outs. 6-5 is the score. The Rockers lead by 1. Here's the 3-0 from Van Meter. 4 straight balls, and that'll put Casey Hobson on. But as we established,
could be worse.
Maybe not the worst idea in the world.
Could be very worse.
This will bring out Jamie Keefe. That'll bring an end to the night for Joe Van Meter. He will end the night with 4 strikeouts and 5. I think all those runs were earned, correct?
All those runs were earned, and he'll be responsible for the man on first.
But we'll come out of the game, and the Rockers still have the lead. This brings in Chase Hutchinson. We'll let him warm up. We'll take a step back. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
Host of Rewritten here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport here on Public House Media. After this episode, come join us on a trip around the soccer world as we discuss club and country every Tuesday. Stamp your soccer passport by subscribing on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your Public House Media podcasts. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back to the ballpark. BB&T Point. Chase Hutchinson will be the new pitcher for the Rockers. He'll have a runner on in Casey Hobson. 2 outs in the inning after the double play. Parker Morin will be the batter. We want to say hello to Australia. Ashfield's watching from down under. Texted in, so a big hello to him. He was the color man for majority of the first half, and he was texting in his hello from down under.
Good to hear from Ash.
Morin at the plate. The first pitch to him from Hutchinson in there for a strike. 0-1 count, 2 outs. 6-5. The Rockers lead. Hutchinson trying to keep it that way and bring the Rockers back into the dugout with that 1-run lead still intact. Hobson out there on first. The 0-1. Make it 0-2.
Nice curveball right there. Got Morin out swinging. And this is the matchup. Frank Violet would want lefty on lefty.
Two outs, 2 strikes. Runner on first in Hobson for the Barnstormers. Here's the 0-2. Hutchinson was trying to put together 3 big pitches out of the bullpen. His third one a ball. It's a 1-2 count.
Little low, but great job. Morin to hold on, not swing on that one. It's very close right there.
Runner on first in Hobson. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Hutchinson on the mound. The 1-2 to Morin. Morin puts it fast down the line there. Hit it hard. Foul. And the Rockers caught a break there because if that one was fair, it was rolling so quick, it probably would have got past Cardullo.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, you never know how far that ball gets with turf. Could be a run, but...
And Cardullo playing close to the bag there because he's trying to hold Hobson. The 1-2 to Morin, that one down in the turf. It's a 2-2 count.
Another ball down low. You don't really want to leave any balls high with these Barnstormers, as you can tell. 2 hits for them has given them 5 runs, those 2 home runs.
The 2-2. And Morin fouled that one away as well.
It's just a great night here at BB&T Point. No clouds in the sky. Good summer day to begin July.
It's going to be a big-time homestand here for the Rockers. A lot going on. We'll get into that a little bit later. 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 from Hutchinson. He gets Morin to go down swinging. Strike 3. Chase Hutchinson putting together quite the 1-out outing there. Came out, got a big out number 3. And with 3 strikes, another strikeout for the Rockers. His first on the night, the 5th strikeout of the game for the High Point Rocker pitching staff. Big out number 3 for Chase Hutchinson.
Just a great job coming in from the bullpen, sees one batter, and sits him down. Can't ask for anything better than that.
That's exactly what Jamie Keefe wanted. Your Rockers head back out to the diamond here. Head back out to the plate here. They will be hitting. And coming up, it'll be Marinko. It'll be Russell, Nigro, and Cardullo all due up. Michael Russell will be the leadoff man. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin McMahon here with you. I'm joined by John Furr tonight. John is an intern here with the High Point Rockers, does an outstanding job in all of his intern duties, and I was going to be solo tonight, and he's jumping on with me and doing an outstanding job, if I do say so myself.
You know, like a utility man. I can play any position. You throw me wherever needed. I mean, hype, you know. I was a mascot one time.
Hey, protect the business, pal.
Hey. I was not the best mascot around. That was for sure.
Michael Russell steps into the box here. He looks at the first pitch for a strike. Russell puts this one up into the air, out there into left field for out number 1. One thing you can say about Buddy Bauman is he wastes no time on the mound. He is still out there for the Barnstormers.
Yeah, in last game, he went 9 innings for the Barnstormers, so that's always a relief for the bullpen, so you can save some arms for the rest of the games, especially in a series like this with a bunch of runs being scored.
Nigro at the plate, looks at the first pitch for a ball. 1-0. This kid's a great story. 21 years old. Foul tip that one away. The Rockers needed some help at catcher after having the contract of Brett Austin purchased. They gave this young guy, Frank Nigro, a try. And he's been great and been contributing ever since. And on the roster, Albert Gonzalez, the bullpen coach, a catcher in his own right, discovered him and brought him in, and he's been great for the Rockers. Last homestand, hit a huge home run that ended up helping the Rockers come back to win that game. The Rockers were down to their last strike. They were down 3 runs, 2 runners on. He tied the game in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 2-2 to Frank Nigro, that one missing 3-2, or 3-2 count.
And he knew it right when he hit it. He took his time, appreciated the ball that he hit.
That was his first professional home run. The 3-2 to Frank Nigro. He hits this one into center field. Sanford is there for out number 2.
2 quick outs, but both good swings, just not on the center of the bat. It's hard to hit a circle ball square with a circular bat. You know, I don't know how that's possible, but...
Steven Cardullo makes his way to the plate here for the High Point Rockers. 2 outs in the inning. Cardullo hits that one into the dugout. Everybody okay over there on the Barnstormer side. An 0-1 count. Still a 1-run lead for the Rockers here in the bottom of the 6th, 6-5.
Cardullo's been the catalyst for 2 of the runs today. Got on to start the bottom half of the first, and then got on via base hit, and he later scored.
The 0-1 to Cardullo. That pitch missing for a ball makes it a 1-1 count.
You got to attack Cardullo. Can't fall behind with a dangerous hitter like this.
The 1-1, Cardullo fouls it away. He dropped down to one knee there, but gets back up. It's a 1-2 count, 2 outs.
And even with the 1-2 count, Cardullo, I mean, he could take any pitch out of the ballpark. You got to be careful. Tough leadoff batter. Don't want to walk him. Can't really serve anything up either.
The 1-2, Cardullo swinging for strike 3, and he put the bat down in frustration and actually broke it in half. Shows you how strong that guy is. That'll be out number 3. And you got to give credit there to Buddy Bauman, who was able to come through and get 3 big outs there for the Barnstormers. Keep it a 1-2-3 inning for him. Keep it a 1-run game. Chase Hutchinson comes back out here for the High Point Rockers. And you can't ask for much more in that inning from Buddy Bauman. Did exactly what you wanted him to do if you're the Barnstormers.
Right, and you could see on Cardullo's doing his impression of a Gronk spike. I mean, when Bowman's on, he's nasty. And you can tell right there, even fooling one of the best hitters in the league.
Chase Hutchinson back on the mound for High Point. We'll be right back. The Barnstormers still within 1. It's a 6-5 game. Your Rockers lead. We head to the top of the 7th. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport here on Public House Media. After this episode, come join us on a trip around the soccer world as we discuss club and country every Tuesday. Stamp Your Soccer Passport by subscribing on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your Public House Media podcasts. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
I'm Kevin McMahon. We welcome you back to BB&C Point. Got John Furr alongside me this evening. Josh Bell will be the leadoff man here in the top of the 7th inning for the Barnstormers. If you're looking for something to do on the 3rd and 4th of July, you can get 4 tickets, 4 dogs, and 4 Cokes. $44.
And a baseball.
And a baseball. How about that?
And I believe also with that, you get VIP access to watch the fireworks shows on the field.
That's a fact. So that one in there for a strike to Josh Bell. So if you're looking for something to do to celebrate Independence Day, come out and enjoy some Independent League baseball with the Atlantic League and the High Point Rockers. The 0-1 to Bell. That one misses a 1-1 count. Chase Hutchinson still your pitcher.
A little upset about that call. Tossed a rosin bag and threw it down quick. I don't blame him right there. It looked like a pretty good pitch.
6-5 is the score. A one-run lead for the Rockers. The 1-1. That ball inside. 2-1 count. No outs because Bell is the leadoff man here in the top of the 7th. 1 run separates these two teams. The Rockers with the lead.
And that 6th inning was the first inning of this game where there were no runs scored, so kind of boring inning.
As we look around the league, Somerset leading the Bees 9-0.
Sheesh.
In the 5th inning right now. And if you look at the Ducks and the Sugarland Skeeters, it is 3-0 Long Island.
Do we have a mercy rule in the Atlantic League?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's looking like one.
And that would be an impressive win if the Patriots can hold on because the Bees have been playing well here in the Liberty Division this year.
They have.
A 3-2 count for Bell as he is able to hit this one to Ladendorf, who makes the throw. Great play at shortstop by Tyler Ladendorf. He's able to field that one and make the play for out number 1.
And that's a tough play right there. Hutchinson jammed Bell, slow ground ball, and the always steady Ladendorf charges in, fields it full speed, and throws it without losing a step on target to Cardullo.
Andrew Applin, the batter here for the Barnstormers. The pitch from Hutchinson, that one a ball, 1-0 count. So we're scoreboard watching because it's that time of year. This is one of 7 games left for the Rockers in the first half. So very important. Every game is important for the Rockers to win, as the 1-0 from Hutchinson here to Applin. That one in there for a strike, a 1-1 count. Every game important for the Rockers to win, but especially this one when you see that the Ducks and the Patriots are winning currently. So you want to keep pace with those guys if you want a chance to win the first half.
Oh, yeah, and it would be nice getting those wins and being able to play a little bit relaxed later in the season. You halfway through the season, you're already in the playoffs. It's not a whole lot of pressure.
I mean, yeah, you could really cement your dominance and win both halves.
Right.
But and sure up any kind of home field advantage. But, yeah, you take all the guesswork out of it if you can win that first half. And it is still wide open in the Liberty division. The 1-2.
Up and in.
So, Applin staying alive. A 2-2 count. 1 out. A 1-run lead. Hutchinson was able to retire the first batter in Josh Bell. And if you listen to here's the 2-2 from Hutchinson. That one missing for ball 3. And if you listen to the pregame interview with Quincey Lattimore, he said it best, said, we control, our future here. We control our destiny. He said, if we win, if we can rattle off some wins here and keep winning, we can put ourselves in a very good situation. And they could put themselves, as I said, as first half champs. Here is the 3-2 from Chase Hutchinson. That one gets past Frank Nigro for ball 4. And that will put Applin at first base with 1 out. So he will walk. And that'll bring up Darian Sanford. What do you think of that at-bat there for Applin?
Oh, that was a great at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches. Got deep into the count. Got a walk out of it. It's a good way to get on base. And bringing up the speedy switch hitter, Sanford. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some small ball here, a hit and run or a bunt.
And Applin at first. He represents the tying run here in the top of the 7th. Sanford at the plate. The first pitch to him, he was showing bunt. That pitch missed outside for a ball, 1-0.
Like Sanford came up limping. Might have tried to get a little running bunt in, a little drag bunt, but misstepped with the turf.
Let's see if we see the bunt here again with a 1-0 count. Runner on first. 1 out. The 1-0. Sanford was looking to swing away. That one missing as well. Makes it 2-0. You got Darian Sanford at the plate. The center fielder for the Lancaster Barnstormers. And you have Applin out there on first. Chase Hutchinson on the mound. The 2-0. That one in there for strike 1 makes it a 2-1 count.
Nice little fastball on the outside corner of the plate right there.
The 2-1. That one misses. For ball 3, a 3-1 count.
The Rockers' outfield is playing pretty shallow to cut off any line drive that could come down as a hit.
1 out here in the top of the 7th. A 3-1 count here for Sanford. The pitch misses for ball 4, and that'll move Applin, who was on first, over to second. Sanford now on first after the walk. 2 walks in a row, and Jamie Keefe will come out, and that'll signal the end of the night here for Chase Hutchinson. He was able to get 2 outs. Got the last out in the bottom of the 6th, the first out in the top of the 7th. But then 2 walks, and we will have a change. 6-5, your Rockers lead. Chase Hutchinson comes off after getting 2 big outs. And now they are handing it over.
I believe Ryan Kelly making his first appearance, I believe, with the Rockers.
To Ryan Kelly.
He was recently signed and has been on the inactive list, but is getting his first appearance on the year, I believe. We'll double check that real quick.
Ryan Kelly was the closer for the Somerset Patriots last season. So he's used to the Atlantic League, and he is now here with the Rockers. He has had a lot of success with the Atlantic League. He had 23 saves last year for the Patriots.
It's not bad.
So,
and I believe he was brought in to be the setup man in the bullpen with Trevor Frank as the mainstay closer for the Rockers.
This week on the Off the Rockers podcast, which you can subscribe to on your Apple Podcasts or your Spotify or however you get your podcasts. Nice little plug there.
Yes, Spreaker.
You can get on Spreaker as well,
yep.
But I'm saying if you want to just get it wherever you
yeah.
get your podcasts, you can search Off the Rockers. But this week on the Off the Rockers podcast, it's me and the media relations coordinator for the Rockers, James Jackson. And one of the things we talked about was how great this bullpen has been top to bottom. When you look at the guys in there, guys like Chase Hutchinson and Brian Kelly and Asher Tolliver and Trevor Frank, just to name a few. And now you add a guy with the kind of resume that Ryan Kelly has. As we just heard, he has a ton of Atlantic League experience and had a great year with the Patriots, and now he's here with the Rockers. So let's see what Ryan Kelly can do in his BB&T point debut with the Rockers.
Double steal.
Everybody moving. Frank is going to hold on to it.
What a play by the Barnstormers right there. Now 2 runners in scoring position with the ever-dangerous Michael Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez at the plate. He has hit 2 balls hard all 3 times, but especially his last 2 times up. Michael Martinez up, and do you have that as a strike, that pitch?
I did.
So an 0-1 count, Martinez at the plate. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Martinez pops it up into the infield, up there for a long time. Michael Martinez.
What a job by Kelly right there.
So Michael Martinez will fly out there to Michael Russell. And, yeah, great job by Kelly. Go ahead there. 2 pitches.
2 pitches and with runners on second and third with 1 out. A ground ball is going to score a run. A deep fly ball is going to score a run. So the only way that no run scores is either strike up or infield pop up, and he got one of those. So 2 pitches, 1 out. 1 more batter to get out of this jam.
Dan Gamache, the batter. Ryan Kelly has Sanford and Applin to deal with on second and third. Sanford on second, Applin on third, Gamache at the plate. Ryan Kelly was able to get 2 outs able to get the second out with 2 pitches. as he was able to retire Michael Martinez, who has been hitting the ball hard tonight. The first pitch to Gamache down there for a ball, 1-0. Nigro was pointing around the diamond looking to see if one of the umpires, either William or Matthew, would give him the call there, unable to get that one out of him. He did not go, they say. 1-0 count.
Yeah, you always got to ask. What's the worst? They say no.
Runners on second and third for the Barnstormers. Gamache at the plate. This one takes a bounce to Nigro. A great block by him makes it 2-0. That one could easily got past him, and that would have scored the tying run if it did.
Oh, great job blocking the ball right there by Nigro. Another 58-foot curveball. Tough blocking the ball, the curveball in the turf field.
It's a 6-5 game for the Rockers. They lead by 1. Ryan Kelly on the mound. The 2-0. That one in there for a strike to make it a 2-1 count.
Nice fastball, keeping the hitter off balance. Give him a couple curveballs, then change up the speed. Just keep him off balance.
Ryan Kelly, the former Atlanta Brave. The 2-1. This one hit on the ground to Michael Russell, who makes the play over to Cardulo for out number 3. Picks it up, throws it over to first. Kelly with 2 outs out of the bullpen and helps the Rockers retire Dan Gamache and the Barnstormers. It is stretch time here at the ballpark. Your Rockers lead 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Due up, Miles Schroeder, Tyler Ladendorf, and Quincey Lattimore. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten, here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Number 35, Logan Sawyer.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We just had the 7th inning stretch. Miles Schroeder is the batter here for the Rockers. I'm Kevin McMahon. Got John Furr here with me. Logan Sawyer, the new pitcher for the Barnstormers, and he has thrown 9 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings since June 5th, removing 2 appearances against Sugarland. Sawyer has a 1 ERA. Whew. So this is Logan Sawyer. He does a lot of damage out of the bullpen, hard to hit against, as we just heard with that stat, the 1-0, that one in there. For a strike, a 1-1 count. Schroeder at the plate here for the Rockers. His last time up, a solo shot that put the Rockers within 1. They would go on to take the lead that inning. That one missing, a 2-1 count.
Schroeder hitting from the left side of the plate now with the 6'5", 255-pound pitcher.
The 2-1 to Miles Schroeder. He gets Schroeder to chase there. 2-2 count.
And with a pitcher that tall coming over the top with his motion, I mean, it's hard to get on top of a ball like that. Very tough. He's throwing fast.
The 2-2. This one popped up into the air. Will it be playable for the Barnstormers? It bounces off of the dugout and into the concourse area for somebody to grab a hold of.
The Ben Simmons jersey getting the foul ball. What's he doing here? Did Rocker sign him off free agency?
NBA free agency, baby, in full swing. So everybody's the NBA never takes a day off.
Hey, if anybody needs an intramural point guard out there, I'm up for sale.
He's cheap, too.
Very.
The 2-2. This one fouled away into the net.
The game has started to settle down. A lot of runs in the first 5 innings now.
And both starting pitchers were working really quick.
Oh, yeah. Can't complain about the place of play.
The 2-2, that one missing. A full count here for Miles Schroeder with no outs and being able to earn a leadoff walk against Sawyer would be really impressive by Miles Schroeder. The 3-2, that one down in the turf. A leadoff walk for the Rockers, and they will take that against the very dangerous pitcher in Logan Sawyer. You heard his stats to start off the inning.
Number 9, Tyler.
And the Rockers will definitely be happy with that. A leadoff walk in Miles Schroeder. And Tyler Ladendorf at the plate. That one missing, 1-0 count.
That's big for Schroeder. New guy coming in, pitch from the bullpen, draws a walk, 3-2. Gets the guys in the dugout to see some pitches so you get to see what's in his repertoire.
The 1-0 to Ladendorf. That one missing for a ball as well. 2-0 count. Miles Schroeder over there on first. The runner for the Rockers. Sawyer has his hands full here. Here is the 2-0 to Ladendorf. He hits this one right up towards Sawyer. He's only going to be able to go for one over to Hobson for out number 1. Schroeder will move over to second.
And Ladendorf caught that one right off the end of the bat. Little off-speed pitch, fooled him a little bit. And just doinked that one down the first baseline. Easy play for Sawyer to make.
But that'll work as a sacrifice.
Not bad at bat. Not a bad at bat at all. Just was the 3-hole hitter. Ladendorf would, he wants to do a little bit better than that. But
Quincey Lattimore, the batter for the Rockers. Schroeder over there on second. The first pitch to Quincey. Hits this one over to Bell. He tries to beat it out, but called out at first. Great hustle there by Quincey Lattimore. Nearly beat it out.
Yeah, and Bell usually on a high chopper in the infield. The rule is come and attack it. He sat back, and Quincey got down the line quick, and it was a very close play. And now it's an out.
This brings up Richie Schaefer. He already had an RBI double here tonight. He has a runner on second and Miles Schroeder. Sawyer, got to be careful with that move as he turned around over there to second.
Yeah, that's not the most coordinated move right there, but no one there. Keep him close.
It worked nonetheless, though. Schroeder moved back right away. The first pitch here to Schaefer as he swings at it. Keefe makes a nice little play on it in foul territory.
Little fumble, still gets it.
He was just trying to block it from the bullpen, trying to help those guys out.
And the ever dangerous Schaefer in the box. If he gets a little leverage on this ball might be going a long way. See, the Rockers ball hawker, kid who catches home runs, he's out there. He's ready for it.
An 0-1 count here for Schaefer. Schroeder on second. The 0-1, that one missing, and Miles Schroeder will move over to third. 2 outs in the inning, but that'll put Schroeder on third base. Richie Schaefer at the plate as the Rockers lead by 1, 6-5 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
with 2 outs, it's not the worst case, the pass ball right there, because Schroeder's going to score probably on a base anyways, but now you got to be careful with the ball in the dirt.
The 1-1. Richie Schaefer all the way to the outfield. That one looked like it was going to leave the ballpark. Sanford fired up about that one. Makes the catch for out number 3.
I thought he had that one. The ball fooled me.
That one jumped off the bat. Schaefer thought he had it too. That would have been a 2-run shot and quite a lot of insurance there for the Rockers. That would have been a 2-run shot. That would have made it a 3-run game for the High Point Rockers heading into the late innings. But you got to give credit to Sanford. He was bouncing up and down after he made that catch. He knew that was a big one. He makes that one for out number 3. My favorite promotion in baseball. I love this. The selfie. That's pretty awesome.
Love it. Big selfie got myself with Snapchat and everything. I think I've become an expert of the selfie game. If you need tips.
Breland Almadova out there with the selfie with some fans. So the Rockers were able to put a man on, and Miles Schroeder almost brought him in.
All right, Rockers
but
fans, it's time for the Blue Ridge Fan Cave.
Unable to do so. Got to give credit to Sawyer. He was able to get out of the inning. 6-5, the Rockers lead. We'll be right back. A new pitcher for the Rockers. Well, you know who it is when we come back. It's Brian Clark warming up. This is High Point Rocker Baseball.
This is Rachel Mullins, host of No Filter Friday, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my new show, No Filter Friday, where we talk about all of the sexual misconduct allegations swirling around Hollywood. A new show drops every Friday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of No Filter Friday. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. I'm Kevin McMahon. I'm joined by John Furr. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Brian Clark, the new pitcher for the High Point Rockers, The Rockers lead 6-5. The Barnstormers are at the plate. This is Caleb Gindel. He is the cleanup man for the Barnstormers and the leadoff man for the Stormers.
And Brian Clark coming in the bullpen, another lefty, just with this lefty stacked lineup with the Barnstormers. It's a little chess game, I would assume, by Frank Viola.
The 1-0. That one in there for a strike. Clark gets his first strike out of the bullpen to make it a 1-1 count. Gindel, the leadoff man here in the top of the 8th inning. It's a 6-5 game. Here is the 1-1. Gindel hits this one over to Michael Russell, the third of first for out number 1.
Russell making it look easy out there. Textbook. Nice 4-3 put out for Brian Clark to get the first out of the inning.
He has fielded a lot of balls tonight. It's Michael Russell. A lot of balls hit over to second base, and Russell's been there.
And he knew, as a NC State guy, I'm not a big fan of the Tar Heels, but I'm a fan of Michael Russell. He's doing his job out there. I can like that Tar Heel.
Joey Trdoslavich at the plate here for the Barnstormers. He swings at the first pitch to make it no 1 count. The 0-1, that one fouled away by Trdoslavich. Brian Clark already has 1 out in the inning. He was able to get Gindel, the leadoff man, to ground out the second.
It looked like a broken bat right there.
And we've seen it this year a lot, broken bats in general, but bats splintering. We've seen that a lot more this year than usual. But this is a lot of powerful pitchers and a lot of powerful hitters, so you're going to see bats and splintered or broken. I mean, these are two powerful guys battling, trying to basically be stronger than the other.
Doubt.
The 0-2, this one hit foul by Trudoslavich. That one popped up for a moment. Everybody thought they were going to have a track on it, but then it went into foul territory. One out in the inning, 0-2 count, nobody on. Clark on the mound, Trudoslavich at the plate, a 1-run lead for the Rockers. The bullpen trying to keep it that way. Here's the 0-2. Trudoslavich chases, swings, and misses for strike 3. Brian Clark with a strikeout out of the bullpen. 2 outs for him. This brings up one of, if not the most dangerous hitters on the Barnstormer lineup in Casey Hobson. We'll be talking about that shot off the scoreboard for a while. Brett Austin hit one off the scoreboard this year. So did Vio Sergi Rosa. But Hobson shot just as impressive.
There's been balls hit off the scoreboard, but that ball was literally going to go through the scoreboard if that was not in that.
The 0-1, and you see in video games, you used to be able to hit one off the scoreboard and it would like explode. I'm glad we had the net up there. You don't know what was going to happen. That was a big hit.
Not with that $1.2 million TV screen looking like out there. But Brian Clark doing his job, getting ahead of these batters, getting this dangerous batter off balance, 2 straight strikes.
An 0-2 count here for Clark. Big pitch here. The 0-2. Every Rocker on the field wanted that one. A great eye by Hobson. That one just missed. 1-2.
Close, but I have to agree with Terrence Jones. It was probably a bit outside, but anything outside from Hobson is a good pitch.
It's a great eye. 1-2. Clark gets it that time.
1, 2, 3. That's how you do it from the bullpen.
Brian Clark, 1, 2, 3, and 2 strikeouts. He continues his successful stuff here out of the bullpen.
And this is a big inning for the Rockers. And the 8th inning has been their inning to score runs.
We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher here for the Barnstormers.
Yeah, the Rockers in the 8th inning as a team are hitting .294, bringing 57 runs, and has hit 5 home runs in the 8th inning alone.
This is Jared Lakin, who is the new pitcher for the Barnstormers, and we'll stay here. We'll get ready for the big inning here. And
of course, Mo Bamba playing. We're not leaving anytime soon. We're staying on air, baby.
And this song is well documented as the win song for the Rockers when they win. If you are walking by the clubhouse,
whoa. Don't speak too soon.
No, I'm just saying. Saying this is a song they play.
I agreed. Was it?
I'm giving a fact.
Right, that is a fact. All right, my mistake.
Like the St. Louis Blues, they play Gloria.
Oh, great song.
This is the Rockers version of Gloria.
With Giovanni Alfonso is the clubhouse DJ. Him and Dante Bichette Jr. during his time here, so I would love to hear their iPod. They have great taste in music. As you can tell, they've influenced the music here at BB&T Point.
Hector Gomez stepping up to the plate here for the Rockers. And one more note on the music. If you listen to this week's, we're doing a lot of advertisement here, but if you listen to this week's Off the Rockers, Quincey Lattimore actually talks about that song and some of the songs on his iPod. So it is, it's going to be a good listen. Hector Gomez at the plate. Lakin, his first pitch out of the bullpen. A ball, a 1-0 count here in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-0. Gomez fouls that one away for a 1-1 count.
And speaking of songs, this is the last time we're speaking of it for right now.
No, I like it.
I wonder if the fan favorite's coming up this next inning. Baby Shark.
That is a big rocker favorite as well. The 1-1 to Hector Gomez. Gomez hits this one right towards Lakin. He makes the play on it. Great play by the pitcher as he flips it over to first for out number 1.
Gomez hit not the hardest ball, but anytime the ball comes back to you as a pitcher, it comes actually quick.
Nervous,
yeah, it's very nervous, but he did a good job. Got a glove on it. Kind of like a soccer goalie or an NHL goalie, just knocks it down and throws it to first for the quick out. Bringing in Tyler Marinkov, the right fielder.
The first pitch to Marinkov in there for a strike, an 0-1 count. 1 out in the inning, a 1-run lead for the Rockers. They wouldn't mind adding a little bit of insurance here. The second pitch to Marinkov, a strike, 0-2. Lakin doesn't want to give him the chance. Wants to give his Barnstormers a good opportunity to get back into the game in the top of the 9th inning. Wants to keep this lead where it is for the Rockers, this differential. As that one bounces past Morin. 2-1 count, 1 out in the inning. Marinkov at the plate.
That previous pitch before the ball in the dirt was just a nasty changeup, so he's got a good repertoire, nice fastball in upper 90s with a nice changeup to pair it with.
The 2-1. Marinkov pops this one up. Who's going to grab it? Michael Martinez at shortstop in short left field. Grabs it for out number 2. So Lakin with a little 1-2 inning here out of the bullpen. Would love to make it 3 and put the Rockers down in order. This brings up Michael Russell.
Russell's been steady this season at the plate, hitting .333, but with 1 home run, but still waiting for big impact.
But defensively,
he's steady.
He's been great. When the Rockers have had some injuries come up, and they needed to move some guys around and have some guys fill in, Michael Russell was able to fill in at second base and really help this Rocker team out.
I believe there's a saying out there, defense wins championships.
It's a 1-1 count here for Michael Russell. 2 outs in the inning. Jared Lakin trying to get the Rockers out in order. Here is the 1-1 from Lakin.
Nasty curveball right there. Looks like a high fastball. You're going to lay off and then just snaps off the last second in the strike zone. Really can't do much as a hitter with that.
1-2 count. 2 outs here for the Rockers. Michael Russell. That's 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Lakin. The big swing. Strike 3. Jared Lakin ends his 8th inning outing with a strikeout. That'll take the Rockers back to the field, and here comes the closer, Trevor Frank. He is going to look to close the door here for the Rockers and help them start their homestand on this week of 4th of July with a win. Top of the 9th, Trevor Frank and the Rockers looking to seal the deal. We'll be right back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball. It's a 6-5 game. The Barnstormers are going to have one more chance. Morin, Bell, and Applin. 7-8-9 due up.
This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters, here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Your Life Matters, where we talk about dreaming big and dreaming bold to reach your wildest dreams in both your health and your happiness. A new show comes out every single Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Your Life Matters. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
What's up, everybody? This is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Press Row, where we talk about the biggest issues in sports with the analysts, experts, and reporters who cover them. No nonsense, hard-hitting interviews on the sports topics you're talking about. A new show comes out every single Thursday. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Press Row. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Leading off for the Barnstormers, the catcher, number 8, Parker Moritz.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. Kevin McMahon, John Furr, both here with you at the ballpark. 6-5, the Rockers lead. We're here in the top of the 9th inning. Trevor Frank on the mound for the Rockers. He is the closer, looking for another save here tonight. The first pitch from Frank. And it was Morin who was showing bunt. He pulls it back because that ball was out of the zone for a ball, a 1-0 count. And one run is the difference. The Rockers lead by 1. The adrenaline pumping here for Frank out of the bullpen. Would love to pick up the save. The 1-0. That one fouled away by Morin, a 1-1 count.
This is what Frank lives for, though. Closer, one-run game, open up the series, and a huge series. He's ready for this moment. Back at BB&T Point.
Trevor Frank, third in saves in the Atlantic League with 11. The 1-1. Morin foul tips this one into the crowd, and it is down for a strike. So a 1-2 count here for Parker Morin, the catcher, the man who's been behind the plate here for the Barnstormers all night. The leadoff man here in the 9th inning. The Barnstormers love to put one on, put that tying run on early. Frank trying to get his first out in the inning. The 1-2. That one missing, 2-2 count.
Little change up down in the turf. Not a bad idea. Morin is the 7 hitter, so we have 7, 8, 9, so it would be huge for Frank to get the first out of the inning.
Barnstormers would love to put that first run on, though.
Right. Get a man on and flip the lineup.
The 2-2 from Frank. Morin hits this one to a running Russell. Can he make the play? The throw gets past Cardullo. It'll stay in play, and Morin will reach.
It's a tough play right there for Russell. Speedy guy, come from the left side of the box. Slow ground ball. He did everything he could, just couldn't muscle anything else on that ball.
And I think you score that a hit.
I would go a hit.
That was going to be a tough play. Russell.
I think it was there either way.
Yeah, that was going to be close. I think he was safe regardless of the throw. The throw just took all the guesswork out of it for the umpire.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a throw. Just Cardullo tried to pick it, but when you're going for it all for the out, sometimes you just miss one. But it is being ruled a hit as of right now.
Josh Bell at the plate here. Frank with a lightning quick throw as he turns around and throws one over to first with a pickoff move to check back the runner in Morin. Bell at the plate. Morin represents the tying run. Bell, the go-ahead run at the plate. Morin on first. Frank again over to first. This one bounces off the bag, and Morin will move over to second.
Yeah, I don't like that decision at all. Even after the first one, very quick pickoff move. Didn't even come set yet. I understand you don't want the runner to move on, but the batter still has to do its job. You got to focus on that.
And that one was thrown over to Cardullo. I think it hit off the bag. That's what I saw, or hit off the dirt a little bit. And got loose and on this turf and off the base. It took a pretty big roll, and Morin, who just showed there, very speedy, was able to make it over to second.
Be a throwing error on Frank, I believe.
So you got Bell at the plate. The tying run has just moved over into scoring position. 1-run game, no outs for Trevor Frank and the Rockers.
Wouldn't be surprised if a bunt right here.
The pitch to Bell. That was the first pitch of the at-bat. After 2 pickoff moves and two throws over to first and one that would move Morin over to second. A 1-0 count here for Bell.
Hard to tell from this angle, but that pitch looked pretty good, but can't really argue calls from our perspective.
The 1-0. Bell hits this one deep into center field. It's going to get down and bounce over the wall. It hit off of the metal gate. We'll see if it's going to be a ground rule double or not. I had it as a ground rule double.
That hit the railing. Rockers got a break right there.
And Jamie Keefe came out. Well, that scored the runner.
That scored the runner, yep.
So it's still on the ground rule double. That'll score the runner.
Yeah, correct.
So that will score the runner. Absolutely. So got to give Morin credit for coming over and being able to score. That'll put Bell back on second. Here's a replay.
I mean, Bell hit that to the deepest part of the ballpark.
So let's look at it. And
there you see it ricochets off the railing.
Pretty clearly comes off the railing there. Big shout out to our replay operator and our crew tonight.
No one does it better than our production crew out there, out in the control room.
That's a big time replay too. That's a lot of pressure.
Shout out to them.
It's a lot of pressure.
I've been in that room, and it's like the war room in there.
It's like a well-oiled machine in there. So it is all tied up, 6-6. And there was a pinch runner substituted there.
Number 5, I believe.
For Bell. I think that is Zach Shank.
Yep.
Nice.
Jinx.
Little jinx
knock on
there.
wood. Give me soda.
So, Applin at the plate here. A 1-0 count for him in a tie game. Trevor Frank on the mound. Frank turns around.
And with Alfred right here, no outs. If I was a betting man, I would put money for a bunt right here. Move the runner over to third with no outs, or with 1 out for a sac bunt. Go ahead, run.
The 1-0 to Applin. This one fouled away. A quick score update. 10-1 Somerset. But in that Sugarland Ducks game, Sugarland Long Island Ducks, it's 4-3. After the game being 3-0 for so long in the 7th inning. So that one, anything but over.
4-3 who?
4-3 Long Island leads.
So Rockers definitely need a...
Because you never know what's going to happen as that one goes on. I think it's in the 7th inning.
So if they both get a win there, Rockers drop another game back.
If the Barnstormers are able to come back in this one, yeah. Right. So we are at least going to have a bottom of the 9th, it would appear. I mean... Guaranteed.
I think so. I need to check the rules on that.
No, of course. You got Applin at the plate. Trevor Frank with his hands full out there with the speedy shank. No outs in the inning. Here's the 1-0. A big swing. And he'll get a strike there. Frank needed that one. It'll make it a 1-2 count.
With those hot fastballs, it's so hard to lay off. as a hitter, your just eyes get big seeing that ball eye level. It looks like a volleyball coming towards you.
The 1-1, or 1-2, excuse me, and that is strike 3.
Just nasty slider right there. Got Alphen off balance.
Great job by Trevor Frank to come back and get the strikeout. The closer needed that one. Gets his first out of the inning. 1 run scored here in the inning off of the ground rule double by Josh Bell after Morin was able to make it to first base on that single, that hard hit to Russell. That was really close. Shank still at second. Sanford at the plate. The first pitch to him, a ball, 1 out in the inning. Tied game 6-6.
Sanford, the leadoff batter, is back batting in the left-handed batter's box, the switch hitter. And a lot of speed again. So hitting the infield, coming out of the left-hander's batter's box, going to have to make a quick play to get that out.
This is Darian Sanford here at the plate. Runner on second, the 1-0. He was showing bunt all the way through. I guess pulled it back at the last second, so a 2-0 count.
Yeah, good eye. Looked like a fastball on the inner part of the plate, so 2-0 count. Outfield playing at a little shallow depth.
The 2-0 from Frank. That one in there for ball 3, or missing for ball 3. A 3-0 count here. Sanford at the plate.
A walk isn't the end of the world. You get the force if a walk, but the bad thing about that is Martinez is in the box then. So pick your battles.
The 3-0. That one in there for strike 1. A 3-1 count now. Sanford at the plate. Frank on the mound. A runner on second in Shank.
We got some action down the Rockers bullpen. Alberto Balinado, I believe.
1 out. The 3-1 from Frank. Sanford hits this one into shallow left field, and Schaefer is there for out number 2. That's a big time out there. Frank was able to get Sanford. He tied him up a little bit and was able to get him to hit that one into left field. Schaefer makes the play.
Huge out, a little chirping back and forth with Nigro and Sanford, I believe. I don't know if he was talking to Martinez or a little chirping. But shout out to Jamie Keefe, I think, or Billy Horn, because the outfield was lined up in perfect position for that little shallow. I mean, that would have dropped in normal depth. Then that could have easily scored a run.
And this will bring Trevor Frank to the dugout. And Frank, got to give him credit, was able to come out and after having the tying run come across the plate for the Barnstormers, was able to hang in there and get 2 outs.
Yeah, gave up this blown save opportunity, but at the same time, he weathered the storm, could have easily gave up a run and put the Rockers in a bad position, but sometimes you just got to take one to the chin and keep fighting.
This is Alberto Baldonado, the relief pitcher, who's come in here in the 9th inning. The Rockers need 1 out to go to the bottom of the 9th. They came into this inning with a 6-5 lead. Give credit to the Barnstormers. It was Morin who was able to hustle down the line and beat one out for a single Tough play. Michael Russell threw it over to Cardullo. It got past him, but before that, he had to run all the way up for it, and it was hit really hard. It was going to be a very, very tough play, and Russell unable to make that out to first, and Morin beat it out, and then Bell with a ground rule double. He has been subbed for. This is Zach Shank out there on second base. And after that, Trevor Frank able to put together 2 outs, 1 strikeout, and then got Sanford to pop out to left field. And this brings up Michael Martinez, who has hit the ball in play every single time. 3 outs, but one of those, a 2-run home run that came in the 3rd inning.
But all the other balls he hit were on the dot line drives.
That one in there for a strike from Baldonado. 0-1.
But I do like the decision to bring Baldonado in left-hander. And Martinez, he hit the home run left-handed, so I believe he's a stronger left-handed hitter than he is right.
2 outs, tie game. Runner on second in Shank. Martinez at the plate, Baldonado, the 0-1. That one missing, a 1-1 count. You want to talk about pressure out of the bullpen.
I'm nervous up here. I don't know what he's feeling.
You got Baldonado on the mound. Came in with a runner on second that he had to worry about. A tie game and a dangerous hitter in Michael Martinez. Here's the 1-1. That one just missing. 4-2, a 2-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. The Rockers looking to hold on, get out of the top of the 9th inning and head to the bottom with an opportunity to go for the win. The 2-1 to Michael Martinez. Martinez hits it on the ground to Hector Gomez. Gomez, the throw for out number 3. Baldonado came out and got Martinez to ground out to Gomez. Gomez, the throw to Cardullo. And Baldonado gets out of the inning. Rockers head to the bottom of the 9th.
And going back to that ground rule double, that honestly, even though they scored a run on that could have been the play of the game. I mean, maybe on a natural grass field, that ball stays in. That would have been an easy triple.
That's true. It's like a big bounce.
And so, yeah, that ball that was hitting the outfield could have brought in a run. You just never know. I mean...
And Vio Sergi Rosa has just emerged from the dugout with a bat and a helmet. So he is going to be,
I believe, hitting for
I would have guessed Frank Nigro as he comes out here. And he is going to be a pinch hitter. And that demonstrates the depth on this team. Because, man, he is such a great hitter. He's a clutch hitter. What a perfect guy to bring up in this spot.
Oh, perfect spot. Usually DH, first baseman hitting 4 or 5 hole. Dangerous hitter. One swing of the bat, Rosa can do some damage. And I would expect, if this game does go into extras, we would expect Rosa to go to first base, Cardullo to the outfield, and Schroeder probably coming in to catch.
Look at you.
Hey.
Putting on your manager hat there.
Hey, I'm around here a long time.
Putting on your skipper hat.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that. It's probably what is going to take place.
But hopefully we don't need it. You know, you play to win the game. The Rockers are trying to end it right here, but, you know, the Barnstormers are looking for that win as well.
Vio Sergi Rosa comes up to the plate here. So he is pinch hitting for Frank Nigro. And you got Cardullo right behind him. This is Jared Lakin on the mound. And this is a very tough 3-hitter lineup that he's going to have to face here. 1-0. After that one missing for Rosa. Lakin had a great 8th inning. They bring him back out here in the 9th. do the Barnstormers. The 1-0 via Sergi Rosa. A big swing makes it 1-1 for strike one. Vio Sergi Rosa from the Bronx, New York. The 1-1. A big swing from Rosa. Unable to connect. It's 1-2 count.
And that's dangerous. In the bottom of the ninth, leaving a fast or any kind of pitch up in the zone with a dangerous hitter like this.
The 1-2. Vio Sergi Rosa puts this one high up into the air, into left field. It is caught for out number one by Applin. That one hit high, but out number one, Andrew Applin able to make the out.
At the top of the order,
Yep, not a hard play out there. Had to move a couple steps, but Rose still got a chance to do damage, but can't win them all.
Steven Cardulo steps in here for the Rockers. Got to give credit to Jared Lakin there, who first time seeing a guy, especially in this bottom of the ninth, a very stressful situation, and able to take care of business. The first pitch to Cardulo, that one in there for a strike. I'm sorry, this is a new pitcher here for the Barnstormers. This is Pedro Echemendia. So I have my numbers mixed up here.
It's hard to tell with those stripes in the jersey, but no matter who it is, the Barnstormers pitching staff is doing its job right now.
Yeah, Pedro doing a great job here. Get the first out. This one hit foul by Cardulo.
One-two count. Cardulo just got to look to put the ball in play here. Don't try to look for a big swing. Just put something in play and good things will happen. Corners are playing no doubles. Very close to the line.
A big swing for Cardulo. And that is strike number 3. So Pedro has come out of the bullpen looking tremendous. Gets a very tough Vio Sergi Rosa to fly out to left field. The strikeout was Steven Cardulo. Now, Pedro Echemendia here has Miles Schroeder to deal with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
And Miles Schroeder already has 1 walk-off under his belt this year. It was a walk-off base hit, but nevertheless a walk-off. But he has the power to go over the fence, but...
As you already showed today with a solo home run. It's a 1-0 count here for Miles Schroeder, a tie ball game. 2 outs. Pedro Echemendia on the mound here. Gets that one past Miles Schroeder for the 1-1. 1-1, 2 outs here for Miles Schroeder and the Rockers. If we go extras, we'll start with a runner on second. The 1-1. That one missing, a 2-1 count.
Fastball just a little bit outside.
Echemendia and the Barnstormers would love to get Schroeder out number 3. And head to extras. For the Rockers, Schroeder wants to get on any way he can. That bring up Tyler Ladendorf. The 2-1 to Schroeder. That one missing. 3-1 now.
And Schroeder is one of the guys on the team who can get on base anyway. He's very good with eye at the plate. He won't chase too many bad pitches. So he'll draw out this at bat until he gets a pitch he can like, or he likes.
The 3-1 to Schroeder. That one in there for a strike. Make it a 3-2 count here. 3-2, 2 outs. Nobody on. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the 9th. Miles Schroeder at the plate. The 3-2 pitch. Miles Schroeder hits this one hard but foul down the right field side of the ballpark.
Rips it down to the net. That's why we have this long netting here at BB&T Point that extends down into the bullpen.
The 3-2 to Miles Schroeder. He stays alive.
Another foul ball there. Schroeder again, just keeping that bat alive. They're not the best pitches, but anything close you got to protect. He's fouling it off, looking for a mistake here. Accidentally serve one up. Ball game could end. But more importantly, Schroeder just trying to get on base right here.
3-2 count, tie ball game, 6-6. Bottom of the 9th. 2 outs. Here for Miles Schroeder. The 3-2. That one missing. It'll put Miles Schroeder on first base with a base on balls. Ball 4, so he'll go to first base. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. And that brings up Tyler Lattimore here for the High Point Rockers. Lattimore, a great hitter, actually had the first walk-off in Rockers history, a solo home run that came with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. He has a man on here in Miles Schroeder. This game tied at 6.
And he hit that one off Matt Latos, former MLBer.
The first pitch to Lattimore. Hit it hard, but right to the third baseman, Zach Schenk, and that'll bring the inning to an end. We're going to extras here in the first night of the homestand. Why not?
Free baseball.
Free baseball. We head to the top of the 10th inning. That Atlantic League rule. A base runner will start on the second base here in the top of the 10th.
I believe that's the last out, correct?
That's what it has appeared to be, yes.
The last out goes to second base. Balinado is staying out on the mound for the pitchers. Especially, an extra inning game, you don't want to pitch too much. There are too many of your pitchers from the bullpen tonight in the first game of a homestand. And this has been a long day for them. They came back from Sugar Land, Texas. I think they got on their flight early in the morning this morning, so it's been a long day.
They first came into the ballpark today at 2 o'clock on a journey where they left Texas, I believe, at 3 in the morning.
Whew.
Around the middle of the night.
I thought I had a rough day.
So, to your point, a long night here. We're going extra innings.
Let's see who they'll be putting out there on second. Who's that? Martinez.
So Michael Martinez.
Let me check.
At the plate here.
Leading off for the Barnstormers.
Yeah, Martinez.
Second baseman, number 21.
So runner starts at second base. No outs.
This brings up Dan Gamache here for the Barnstormers in the top of the 10th inning, and it automatically is stressful because you start with a runner in scoring position here with that new Atlantic League rule. Tie game. First pitch swinging is Gamache. Hits this one to Cardullo at first, who takes it himself for the out, but that'll move Martinez over to third base for the Barnstormers.
And he does his job. Usually most teams laid out on bunt or something, but a hard ground ball to the right side of the infield does the same thing. Martinez is now on third base, a base hit or a deep fly ball scores him.
This brings in Caleb Gindel. Gindel hits this one into right field. It gets down, an RBI single that will score Martinez. So in 2 pitches, the Barnstormers able to use that new rule to their advantage, and they score them in 2 pitches. That's picture perfect if you're the Barnstormers.
It is. I mean, 2 pitches, both balls hit hard, one on the ground, moves the runner over, and then a base hit. They still have a run on first, 1 out, looking to do more.
Not an easy place to be if you are Alberto Baldonado out there for the Rockers. The 1-0. That one down for a ball, 2-0.
But Baldonado needs to just relax, focus on the batter, get a ground ball, roll 2 possibly. And then once the inning ends, the Rockers are going to man at second too, so not the end of the world giving up that run.
The 2-0. That one in there for a strike, makes it 2-1.
Two-one count. Expect something low in the zone. Something to get the Barnstormers to hit into a double play or just a force.
The 2-1. That'll be outside for a ball, makes it 3-1 count. A runner still on first, as John mentioned. Caleb Gindel over there, who just had the RBI single. We might look back at that as the winning run tonight. The 3-1. A big swing by Joe Trdoslavich that makes it a 3-2 count. 1 out in the inning. It was Dan Gamache who had the sacrifice out to move over Martinez to third. Gindel, the RBI single. 3-2 for Trdoslavich here. The 3-2. Did he go?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. So that's strike 3. So Baldonado has 2 outs here. A swinging strikeout to get Joe Trdoslavich to go down swinging, and this brings up Casey Hobson. We've talked about it, but he had that big 3-run home run tonight that played a big role in this one. The first pitch to Hobson, he fouls this one away. 0-1 count, 2 outs, and Hobson gave the Barnstormers their first lead of the night tonight.
He did, and he could expand on it right here, even with 2 outs. I mean, always dangerous.
He extended their lead, I should say. That one in there for a strike. 0-2 count, 2 outs to Casey Hobson. So 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner on first. A 7-6 lead for the Barnstormers. Here is the 0-2. Hobson swings and misses. Baldonado gets the strikeout.
Just a nasty pitch right there. 0-2. Runner going. Baldonado just throws a nasty slider. Hobson was clearly off balance. I mean, you saw the damage he could do. He was sitting fastball, and in this league, you can't really be sitting on multiple pitches. You got to pick one and hope you get it, and he didn't get it there and strikes out. But the Barnstormers did their job.
We got a new pitcher here for the Barnstormers as we are in the bottom of the 10th, and we're going to have a base runner. We'll let you know all the information when we come back. This is High Point Rocker Baseball. We're in extras, baby.
This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport here on Public House Media. After this episode, come join us on a trip around the soccer world as we discuss club and country every Tuesday. Stamp your soccer passport by subscribing on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your Public House Media podcasts. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
What's up, everybody? This is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Press Row, where we talk about the biggest issues in sports with the analysts, experts, and reporters who cover them. No nonsense, hard-hitting interviews on the sports topics you're talking about. A new show comes out every single Thursday. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Press Row. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
On second base, number 9, Tyler Lattimore.
Hi, this is Peggy Rojas, host of Viviendo una Vida en Balance here at Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you can come back and check my show, Viviendo una Vida en Balance, where we talk about life hacks to live a life in balance. And this show's in Spanish. A new show comes out every Monday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and share with your friends. Again, thank you for checking out the following broadcast in Public House Media.
Welcome back to BB&T Point. We got some moving parts here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Tyler Lattimore will start on second base. New pitcher in Cody Epley. Quincey Lattimore at the plate for the Rockers. Kevin McMahon with you alongside John Furr. We're in the booth with you here tonight. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Quincey Lattimore at the plate. Runner on second in Ladendorf, courtesy of the new Atlantic League rule. Here we go. The first pitch to Quincey. Outside for a ball, 1-0.
Looked like a changeup outside just to make sure. Of course, he was going to show bunt, give him a little something he wasn't expecting.
Sorry.
You're good.
Epley looking to close the door here for the Barnstormers. Quincey looking to keep the game going. The 1-0. This one in there for a strike. A 1-1 count here for Quincey Lattimore. Tyler Ladendorf out there on second.
Corners are playing halfway just in case for a Lattimore bunt.
The 1-1. Quincey Lattimore hits this one hard over to Shank, who makes the play over to first for out number 1.
And that ground ball was simple, but it looked like Shank took, little too many crow hops right there, like an outfielder, and almost slipped, but gets the job done, gets out number 1, bringing up Schaefer.
So Richie Schaefer comes up here to the plate. He's been swinging a hot bat for the Rockers, especially on that road trip. Ladendorf out there on second. 1 away for the Barnstormers. The first pitch to Schaefer. He hits this one over to Epley. The throw over to first. 2 gone here for the Barnstormers. Hector Gomez is the Rockers' last chance to keep this game alive here and try to get the man on second in Tyler Ladendorf across the plate.
And those are just the 2 worst spots to hit into with the first 2 batters. Into the left side, third baseman, runner can't advance. And then the next batter hitting a ground ball to the pitcher, and Ladendorf can still not advance. So 2 outs, runner on second, but we still got a chance.
Credit to Epley, who has come in and put together 2 great outs here. Can he pick up a third? Close the door and a win for the Barnstormers. Hector Gomez at the plate. The first pitch to him, this one misses. Makes it a 1-0 count. 7-6 is the score. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Tyler Ladendorf is the tying run out there on second. Started the inning out on second base with the new extra innings rule in the Atlantic League that places a man out there on second base. Ladendorf, a big lead here. The 1-0. Hector Gomez hits it over to Martinez. The throw to first. In time for out number 3. And the Barnstormers take the first game of this Rockers homestand in this series. a 4-game series, and the Barnstormers pick up win number 1 of this series. You got to give credit to the Barnstormers.
Yep, they pick up their 23rd win of the season. They now have moved to 23-39. The Rockers fall to 37-27. 28. Correction. It's getting late. Math is not good.
Well, you got to give credit to the Barnstormers because it was the Rockers. They were going back and forth with the lead, and then it was the Rockers who were able to push across 3 runs and take the lead in that 5th inning, and able to take a 6-5 lead. And then it was the Barnstormers who would come back and tie it up in the 9th inning. And you got to give credit to Josh Bell, that ground rule double that was able to hit in Morin. And then the guy with the winning run here today, Caleb Gindel, in the top of the 10th, had that RBI single that would score Michael Martinez, who started at second, courtesy of the extra inning rule, and would help the Barnstormers pick up that win 7-6. Epley comes in, shuts the door for the Barnstormers. And a great way to start the series if you are Lancaster. You're trying to put together some wins and build up some momentum so you can, because you get a new lease on life in the second half.
Right.
It starts over. You're 0-0, and they're hoping to take this momentum, get some wins here in this last week of the first half, and hopefully that can push them forward in the second half and they can really get going. So a huge win here for them tonight.
Yeah, that's a big team win for them. I mean,
they could have given up in this game. It's 6-5. Exactly. Everything's going right.
I mean, really, this looked like a boxing fight. I mean, punches thrown, just who could take the most punches. And I mean, even though there's 6 runs given up by the Barnstormers pitching staff, I mean, they still had some guys come in clutch moments, shut them down. Bowman still, I mean, he gave up some runs, but still when it mattered, shut the door. I mean, again, Hobson with the 3 RBI laser home run, or just the shot of the night, and then Martinez's 2 RBI home run.
And last thing we'll say before we wrap up here, but you also got to just give credit to the Barnstormers and Morin and Bell. 9th inning, Trevor Freit, the closer, comes in. You know, he is 3rd in saves, a really good closer in this Atlantic League. And, you know, the Barnstormers didn't shy away, and they are able to hold on and get a ground rule double to tie it and then close it up in the 10th inning. So credit to them. And we will see you again tomorrow as the Rockers and the Barnstormers play again. It's game 2 of a 4-game series, and it'll all happen again at 6:30. So until then, Kevin McMahon, John Furr, in his debut, outstanding, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much. And also, U.S. soccer game tomorrow here at the BB&T Point.
Plug it, baby. Tell them all about it.
You got to plug it. You know, big soccer guy myself. Women's team have been playing amazing. So if you want to come out, have a good time, watch it on the field, come out down to BB&T Point.
Gates open at 2:30 for that?
I believe so.
So 2 o'clock, 2:30. I believe it's 2:30. So come cheer on the U.S. women's team, and then stick around for some High Point Rocker Lancaster Barnstormers action later that night. We'll see you tomorrow at BB&T Point. Barnstormers win tonight 7-6. We'll see you tomorrow at the ballpark.